If I seem edgy, I want you to know that I never meant to take it out on you. Life has its problems and I've got my share. That's one thing I never meant to do. 'Cause I love you, baby. Don't you know I'm just human? And I've got faults like any other man. And sometimes I feel myself alone, regretting some foolish thing I done. 'Cause I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
Welcome back, Rico Moneybags, a channel helping you invest in yourself so we can invest in the future. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure that bell notification stays lit. We have a special one for you guys today. These super streams have just gotten completely out of hand, and I absolutely love it. We need this in the Web3 space. This today is a special one because it's the Women of Crypto super stream. I mean, it doesn't get any more bullish than that. We had people trying to get into slots. It's like, hey, this one's for the Women of Crypto, and people were still trying to get on this super stream. So, fam, we're doing something really good the way we're shaking things up in the space. That's what it's all about. I want you guys to max engage as much as possible, right? We're going to talk about cryptocurrency, the state of crypto. We got Bitcoin dipping, but we're really going to showcase the Women of Crypto today. We're going to talk about their projects, talk about their experiences in crypto, why they're here, their origin story, why they're staying here, why they're building, a little bit of a Q&A, maybe answer some questions from the chat. But I'm going to share my screen. We're going to jump into first talking about BTC because this is kind of the reason why we're all here, which funny enough, you guys know what I call Bitcoin, right? Most people call it this, that, and the other, but I call it the Mona Lisa. I honestly call Bitcoin the Mona Lisa because when the Mona Lisa is showing out, if she's in town and she's at the art gallery, everybody is, seeing their art pieces being shown, right? And that's what's cool about when Bitcoin pumps, everything else pumps, right? That's what it's all about. So we're going to talk about Bitcoin right now. I know there's some pullbacks, there's some consolidation, there's some ups, some downs. We're going to cover that together, and then we're going to get into some more things really quick. But let's start off right here. Let's start off with BTC. Let's start off with the overall crypto market cap. I see you guys turning up on the stream already, but repost this on your X accounts, repost this on your TikTok account. So like that, when we get the ladies up here, that it's a full stack of everybody ready to hear what they got to say, right? So we got Bitcoin right now down 5.3% on the week. We got Ethereum down 9.7 on the week. We got BNB down 4.1 on the week. We got XRP down 6.4. We got Solana down 11%. Are we surprised really that we're seeing kind of this price action and we're down this week and we're down? What's going on? Well, honestly, we kind of seen this coming, right? And this is why it's important that we keep our fingers on the pulse of crypto and we keep refining this thing till we define this thing, because honestly, this is how we stay sharp. This is how we make this thing happen. And I'm going to show you guys what we are talking about, why we were excited when we were seeing this pump, and why kind of that excitement's not here. Because for a minute, it was feeling like the euphoria was coming back, right? And you guys might be asking, well, this news thing is telling me this YouTuber saying this, that one saying this. We're just going to go to what money is doing, right? The chart is giving us a representation of what money is doing, not what the suit and tie is saying on this channel, that channel, not what this person's saying behind that mic or this mic. We're going to talk about what money is doing. And mathematics, shout out to Blunt, is a language, right? Mathematics is a language, right? So we're listening to this mathematical language right here that is speaking to us, and we're gonna get down into the nitty gritty right now. So this is why we saw some excitement and why the euphoria came into the chart a little bit and into the crypto space, because since Bitcoin over here, since 114 Bitcoin, we started trading. Oh, 1 second, I'm sharing the wrong screen. Let me share this one. Share this tab instead. Okay, here we go. I'm not sure why it's doing it like that. Okay, so right here, let me share this screen. And actually, 1 second, let me stop sharing this all together because I'm going to share my entire screen and not just a tab, just so we don't run into this issue again, because I know what it's going to, then we're going to be switching back and forth. Okay, there we go. So here we are with BTC, and now we're going to get into what's actually been going on. I see everybody pulling up super strong. Like I said, it's going to be one of the streams for the books, everybody. So get your people in here, get your communities in here, take advantage of the chat as well. It's right there for all of you guys. This channel is for us, not for me, okay? But this is why we saw some excitement, because since Bitcoin was 114 right here, we broke underneath this 50 moving average. You see this red line? Woo! That's what was going on, right? We just stood underneath that red line the whole time. Oh my God, we're trading underneath this red line. What's that red line? The 50 moving average. So that's why when everybody was saying this was the floor, I didn't buy it. When they said this was the floor, I didn't buy it. People be selling a lot of hopes and dreams out there. I'm not buying these things, right? When we started getting a bit excited, where we started to take this a bit more seriously, was not even this floor and this little chop that was going on. What's this cross right here on the 50 moving average? Now I'm gonna get these other funky lines out the way, and then we're going to talk about that cross and why it's important, and then how we saw where this turnaround can possibly happen, why we're not surprised that the week is down, that we're not surprised that Bitcoin's down, that we're not why we're not surprised. Well, yeah, we got excited, we got the cross over the 50 moving average. That's cool. You know, after all this period of time of, you know, downtrend, this is the daily candle. We're zoomed out. Okay, Degens, I know we got a lot of Degens in here and they want to be on the 1 second chart. This is a daily candle. We're putting on our suit and tie. We're getting a little bit mature on this, right? And it's all these weeks where just red, and really just a downtrend. Right here was when the trending topic had changed, right? And it's like, okay, check this out. We're excited, but we're not going to let that excitement not let us run some risk management, right? Because yeah, we're excited. Okay, it's been a while since we broke above this 50 moving average. We can all agree on that, right? Okay. Well, now I'm excited, and we know that the first mouse gets to squeeze and the second mouse gets to cheese. I don't make these rules up. Look, first mouse, second mouse. This is how we knew that this was a potential to happen, was the minute we turn on the indicator and we highlight the moving averages that are above us. This is why it's important that you guys do some kind of TA to some extent. So like that, you guys don't have to rely on a bunch of suits and ties on TV telling you why, oh, because this bill was passed or because this happened. Or was it just that we just hit the 100 moving average? We didn't know what news was going to come out. We didn't know what this was going to happen and the other things were going to happen. But when this price started turning around and this sell signal printed, and actually the parabolic SAR told me a little bit sooner, like a day sooner right here, boop, right? It's funny because the next day when I get on YouTube, I watch 4 different channels and they have 4 different reasons why the prices were pulling back. I'm giving you one reason, okay? And you guys, this is not financial advice. I mean, leave it right here if you guys want to. The one reason was that we already knew that we were headed towards this 100 moving average. And when we have these moving averages above us, it's like a game of whack-a-mole, right? If we don't break past that, it gets hit by the sellers and the sellers push it down. So it wasn't that we caught the right article and we did the right fundamental analysis. And no, we're just checking out what money was going to be running into and how money responded to this moving average. And we saw how it responded. It got rejected. And that's why we got these sell signals where price headed right back to the 50 moving average and it's trying to hold on for dear life. I want everybody, and this is not flooding the crypto space. This is blockchain technology is not going nowhere. It's not going anywhere. But if we continue this sell signal, maybe we see some cheaper prices. This doesn't mean that it's over, fam. This doesn't mean that we're going to delete our apps, right? That doesn't mean any of that noise, right? We're in crypto to stay here. And this is a .com moment. No matter what, you know, prices go up, prices go down. But we might see some cheaper prices and see if we take out these previous lows, because right now we're still working off a sell signal. And just like we respected this break over the 50 moving average to the top, to the upside, we have to respect it to the downside. I mean, that's just what it is. So currently right now, I know that, you know, it's just little green candles popping up, but are they just green candles in the downtrend? And that's what we're checking out right now, right? So current price, most likely some consolidation. That's why you guys are seeing, how come it was so exciting? Now it's not that exciting. Well, don't get discouraged. Don't think that your project's not doing good. It's just that the overall market got some of the air sucked out of it, right? We're going to go to Ethereum next. We're already almost at like 200 people. So it's going to be a bullish stream. We're going to be bringing up AJ first. Then we'll be bringing up Jessica. We got Jessie as well from the Hot or Not, which that's going to be a lot of fun. I've seen her, you know, luxurious perfume brand release. And this is a pretty exclusive pre-sale going on right now that I want you guys to tap into. We're going to talk about that, kind of some of the things that come with that exclusive pre-sale. We also have the Quack family here. Oh my God, I've been hearing so many amazing things about Mystic, and I was reading what they were doing on their page, and I can't wait to have them all up. So we'll go through the line like that. But first, let me go through ETH. Right? Get comfortable, get your guys' coffee, get your Quack family in here, get your Hot or Not family in here, get your AJ family here, your Jessica family in here. Let me warm up the stage when it comes to this Ethereum talk, because sometimes we have a project on Ethereum and it's pulling back and we're like, what's going on? Why is everybody selling? Sometimes it's ETH that's pulling back. And now you see that pullback on the market cap, and you think, the fundamentals around my project has changed, when that's not the case. That's not the case. So right here, we got the same kind of trending topic. And it's going to be kind of the same for all of them. And I know it gets a bit redundant, but this is how we stay sharp in this space. This is how I'm not, listening to the news. I don't really care. I want to know what money's doing, not what you guys are telling me money's doing. Money's going to tell no matter what. Money's always leaving a paper trail, right? So here you guys go on Ethereum, same thing. All this downtrend, daily chart. It wasn't until it broke the 50 moving average that we got excited. We have to respect that we might see a $2,500 ETH. Is it the end of the world? No. We've been there before. We bounced off of this before, but when we break past this 50 moving average, we have to be mature. We have to be real with ourselves and be like, look, I was pumped up when we broke past it. We got the first mouse. The second mouse got the first mouse gets the squeeze. Second mouse gets the cheese. But when we turn on the indicators, we're not surprised. I don't want nobody that's really rocking with me. We're going to keep building. AJ is going to keep building her community. Jesse's going to keep building the Hot or Not. Duck family is going to keep building their brand no matter what, whether the charts are going up or down. This is just so we don't get this emotional roller coaster going on where maybe you fumble your favorite bag. Maybe you fumble your favorite NFTs because, you're listening to this, that, and the third, when really money's letting you know what's going on. Right here, this is what happened to ETH. Not what anybody else is saying. It hit the 100 and hit the 200 moving average. So price got rejected and it rolled over, and we broke past the 50. So we're seeing some sell pressure. That's what's going on right there. Nothing more, nothing less than that. If you want to be entertained and you want to watch a bunch of different things telling you why it's actually happening, that's fine. But money's giving you a reason of why it actually happened. And we're going to follow the trend. We're big trend followers over here when it comes to this ETH. So right now, maybe we see a cheaper ETH for you guys to load up on some more Ethereum so you could buy more Kendu, right? I see my Kendu fan pulling up in here. Maybe that's what you're looking for, right? We're not leaving the market. We're not fading the whole market. So just keep that in mind. Cheaper prices for a lot of our favorite cryptocurrencies right now. We're going to go to BNB next, which is giving us a great representation. Man, we got a solid stream today, fam. I don't know if everybody's ready. The numbers are looking insane, everybody. Whoa, you guys... the post was getting so much engagement. There were so many people trying to come up. I knew that this stream was going to be a banger for the women of crypto. It's well overdue as well too, to kind of have a platform like this and showcase everything. So let's go to BNB. And I know you guys are like, come on, bring it. I thought you guys said there was going to be women of crypto. What's this guy over here? Just give me a second, fam. Okay, we got to go through this stuff. All right, we got BNB right here giving us a clean. Very easy to chew on this and to digest this, because it doesn't get more cleaner than this. All this motion, all this underneath the 50, you're not interested. When they're saying the floor is in and it's about to pump now, you're not listening to that. But we'll pay attention to it when it gets above the 50. First mouse, second mouse, right? Now it's testing exactly on this 50 moving average. But if we turn on another indicator, we love the 50 and we love the 200. We love them all because they just tell us all this information. You can see BNB holding on to that 200 moving average for dear life, because it has to. Because if on this weekly chart, if a lot of things fail, they're going to see some cheaper prices. So you see everything holding on to these like crucial market caps or these crucial price points and these moving averages. But it's not like we haven't seen 825 BNB before, and it's not like we didn't consolidate down here. So we're not just snatching prices out of the air and saying, hey, we're going to be going. No, we might see some cheaper prices, this lower value range reach, if we break this, 250 moving average that price is trying to trade and hold onto to possibly trade into this gap right here. If it doesn't, then it breaks through one level and finds the next. The minute it breaks through that moving average, it's going to go a little bit lower, right? It's not our fault. You didn't do nothing wrong. That's just the way the game is played. All right, let's go to Solana next, and then we're going to start bringing up our special guests. I got AJ up next, which is nice because I think she's going to be doing something on Solana as well, which is really bullish. Then we'll go to Jessica, which is also going to be doing something very bullish for the stream. I'm going to be a giveaway during the stream, which is extremely, extremely bullish. We're going to do it fair and square, use the giveaway tool and whatnot. But let's go to Solana first. And I know a lot of you guys are on Solana. I know I got my Solana people up in here, and you're wondering, man, I've been working on my Solana project nonstop. Why is my Solana project pulling back? What's the issue with that? What's going on? Hey, sometimes Solana's pulling back and it pulls your market cap back. Just this is the time to actually look into, getting a bag of your favorite plays and using that Solana, into buying your projects. Because when Solana pumps back up, these market caps are going to go up automatically on these projects. But right here, we have to cover this, because we were watching this, we were tracking this price like crazy, like some hunters, right? Like we were just watching. It was like, hey, we're excited because it's been a while. Let me turn this off really quick. You see how the Mona Lisa shows this kind of pattern on everything, because everything follows that pattern. Look at this. Same little downtrend underneath the 50 moving average. You can pick whichever ticker you want. It's kind of following, BTC. A lot of these were very similar, not picture perfect, but very similar, with a downtrend underneath the 50, with breaking past the 50, with the first mouse, second mouse picture. And then how are they all hitting the 100 moving average perfectly, right? Boom, right there. And also the BNB does the same thing. Look at this BNB. Look at that. That's easy to see. Look at that. You're not shocked. When you were excited, this motion was going on, this one was going on. But the minute this 100 moving average got hit right there and you see a sell signal, it's not hard to tell you guys, like, hey, price is going to keep pulling back. Of course it is. It hit a moving average. Same thing right here with Solana. Went up to this 100, price got rejected. We're having a, pull back on the price. So, all right, fam. I know you guys are waiting for this. I know the stream, the Exit space has been going crazy. We've been getting so many follows, so many reposts, so much engagement for all the women of crypto. And you guys are like, Rico, you said the women of crypto. We've seen you before, mister. Get out the way. Right. But I do got to let you guys know, because it's important. Sometimes I see people on emotional roller coasters, and it's because they don't study this stuff. Where right now, I'm not shocked that price is pulling back. You know how much of the space right now is wondering, how come? What's going on? What happened? It's like, dude, it hit the 100 moving average. It's pulling back. That's it. Go touch some grass. Go do whatever you do with grass, and enjoy yourself, and wait till price starts to pump back up. But you're not missing anything right now, right? And that's why it's important to do this. So I appreciate everybody pulling up. I'm going to get a screen ready, and then we're going to be bringing some special people up right here. Oh, my God. I'm feeling so bullish for you guys today. We got the very special, of course. We got a lot of special ladies ready. I mean, the stage is queued up, but we're going to start off with AJ right here. She's been somebody that I bumped into the space only a couple times, but man, the real ones, it's easy to find them. A lot of times people are like, man, only if the real people build their project, or only if it's like, they exist, fam. You guys go in spaces and you guys are talking about, man, we want the good people in crypto. We want the people that, are not just, pumping to pump bags, but actually building your character up. So like you can withstand these volatile markets, and they exist, fam. And one of them that I saw and I bumped into is AJ. I'm going to bring her up right now to the stage and just say, welcome AJ to the Women of Crypto Super Stream. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you up here. And I'm sure everybody's excited to hear from you. How you doing today?
Man, it's so good to be here. I am blessed. I appreciate this platform, and I love your intro, because truly, like layer ones, it's why like I dove into crypto, and then meme coins, they're fire. It's why I invest, right, as well as layer ones. But truly, the community around all this is why I've stayed. So I love what you're doing, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
I love it, honestly. And we talked a little bit before the stream started, and, just getting to know each other a little bit more, because, we've obviously bumped into each other on spaces, but never really had that moment to kind of see, where everybody's coming from. And maybe a lot of the people who are listening, maybe they also bumped into you on spaces, but didn't really get kind of that background from you. So if you can give the people of cryptocurrency, we got already over like 400 and some people live with us, a little bit of your origin story, what got you into crypto, what the reasons that you're staying in crypto. I'm sure they've changed, because even for somebody like myself, the same reason why I'm a YouTuber and what I'm doing today is completely different, right? So if you can give the beautiful people of this super stream that I'm sure they're eager to hear about, a little bit about your origin story, a little bit about AJ and why you're into space, and then we'll talk about what you're building and what you got going on.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've invested in TradFi, for a long time. The men in my family are investors, entrepreneurs, and I understand the value of long-term investment. Obviously, crypto, it's the present and it's the future. I believe in decentralization, but my history with TradFi really set the stage for DeFi. So I've over the last couple years, like I've been investing in crypto since around 2021 behind the scenes. But the last couple years, I've really been researching meme coins, meme coin communities, right? What makes coins successful? Coins like Shiba Inu, coins that are known, and Murad's research and things like that. And truly, there's such an opportunity to make money, to change your life, and to bless the people around you. And so, obviously, I got here to make money. And then, as I dove into like crypto Twitter, as I dove into the trenches, ultimately, I saw that there was a need here, right? Because crypto can be volatile. Crypto is not for the faint of heart. There's a lot of people out there that are scammers, right? Really, really bad actors and good actors. So I saw a need. This space needs value-driven people. This space needs people who want to educate their community and others. This space needs people that care, not only about their own investments, but their community's investments. And so that's a little bit of why I kind of stayed, being a part of a community, joining spaces, getting to know people and what they're yearning for, right? And I think we live in a time where people are also yearning for connection, right? They want to know that they're valued. They also know that they want that their investment is valued, right? That their holdings are valued by other people. So there's such a need here. And I also realized that my talents, right? My abilities, it's a natural fit for this space, Rico.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And I think we should talk a little bit about that because I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of things that we love about you because you're obviously an amazing person and you're getting your groove into crypto so fast and so easy. But it was a little bit of this talk and a little bit of your background because it was something that really resonated with me because I feel too much in this space. It's all about chart goes up, chart goes down, but not so much of like looking inward, right? Everybody's looking outward and it's this or it's that, but not so much of that is me. And a lot of times we want to put that stuff so far behind us that we don't understand that some of that stuff is like this post right here from you. It's some of the stuff that builds us up. But obviously you have a background and this helps. And I think it's something that is going to be needed in this space because I know some people that don't say, money don't bring you happiness, but if you don't have it, I'm sure it can bring you the opposite of happiness, right? So there are emotions and there are some things that we got to work on as far as like, our inner work on how disciplined we are with our emotions and things like that.
Absolutely. So for those of you that don't know, I have a master's in clinical psychology. I was also a top athlete, a Division I athlete. And that's important because, it helped me build discipline, right? Work really well under pressure, step up to the plate and perform, right? When we needed a win. It taught me so much about myself. And it's also why now, I have my own business, right? And I developed a lot of skills being an athlete. And then understanding psychology not only helps me understand myself, but it helps me understand crypto psychology. It helps me understand what our community needs. And it also helps us defend against, right, the volatility of crypto, right? You have to have mental fortitude. You have to have psychological flexibility. You also have to understand the psychology of memes, the psychology of the market, the psychology of, even like mass adoption and what's happening in the world today. And so what I realize is that, wow, everything I've been through in my life has truly prepared me for being here. And I love crypto. It was a hobby. Now it's a passion. Now it's a mission. But truly all of my talents, I'm even creative, right? And when you post, you got to be creative. I'm also a published author, right? And when you write, right, it can connect with people. And so truly when I say that I feel like my abilities are a natural fit for this space, it's truly blown me away how natural it's become and how impactful I can be if I just keep going.
Absolutely. And the space definitely needs it. 100%. It's what's helped me out. And this is why I always like walk that line of keeping that kind of okayness to kind of speak about this stuff, like the XPX community. You know, we get to be ourselves because, you know, you can't be putting up a front, you know, forever. If you plan on staying in this market, you might as well figure it out how you are and how you can provide some value to this marketplace. And I think, you know, you're going to provide a lot of value in many different ways, but I think that is going to attract a lot of people because I don't think I don't think people are speaking that out as much. I think it's becoming more after what's happened in crypto, and now with all the euphoria is kind of gone and everybody sees like, wait a minute, you know, what the heck just happened? You know, we see that there needs to be a little bit more to, you know, just that, oh my God, we're excited that there's green candles coming out because, you know, the other side could happen. And we saw that it wasn't nobody's a specific project, but, you know, October 10th wiped out a lot of people, wiped out a lot of projects, wiped out, you know, people started deleting their accounts, they started disappearing, things like that. And it goes to show you that we need the people. And like I said in the beginning of the stream, we talk about it all the time, like, oh, we need the right people in the space. Like, they exist, but when they exist and we find them, it's important that we help them grow, right? Not just their projects, but their personal brand. And that's what this super stream is really about for the women of crypto. Is not just I've done this with, like, you know, shout out to TK, he's listening as well. He's the community leader for XPX. We got Jessica that's going to be pulling up as well. But it's always been something, even being a developer, but also being conscious of like my own brand of YouTube, that I tell people, even my investors, like, you should always be growing your personal brand up inside this space because this digital landscape is open for the taking. And as you grow your digital landscape and grow your quote unquote influence in here, if it's something that's positive, it's going to be very easy for you to grow, and people are going to resonate with that, because in times when the markets get tough like this, that's what we gravitate to, right? Because the euphoria is gone, right? So now it's like, who can help us, you know, get through these tough times? And it's people with words of wisdom, it's people with experience in the market, and it's more than just, you know, chart goes up, chart goes down experiences.
I completely agree. I mean, you mentioned, you know, how when the market turns bearish or when people experience, you know, huge losses, right, it really does impact them psychologically, emotionally. It can impact their families if they're not investing strategically. And so part of what I also want to do is educate the space, right? And now, you know, being part of a development team, right, it's so important that we educate our community, we educate our holders, we educate people on how to strategically invest, right? You do not want to overinvest, right, because of the volatility. And I love what you were talking about, you know, with BTC and Ethereum and Solana, like understanding the trends. There's opportunities to trade. There's opportunities to make income, but you have to know what you're doing. And then the other thing I want to say is, like, truly, a long-term investment strategy outperforms short-term trading by miles. And so when you understand that, it's easier to hold on to conviction and DCA and withstand the red because you have a long-term vision. I mean, look at people who invested in BTC 10 years ago, 5 years ago. Right? They had to have discipline. They had to have patience. They had to also believe in decentralization and crypto. They had to have vision and see, like, okay, where could this go for the future? And they are sitting very, very pretty now, right? So understanding, like, we're at the forefront of like a financial like revolution. Like, we are a part of history. And I think understanding how incredible that is too really gets me fired up to be in the space, right? Like, truly, we're early. We're early, and that is an honor. That is a privilege. And so if I can share that with as many people as I can, I will.
That's what it's all about. You spoke a little bit about that you're building, and I know that you've had your own personal experiences. You know, I keep my fingers on the pulse of crypto. I love Web3. You know, I'm doing 16 to 18 hours on this stuff, so it's really easy for me to, you know, and I think this post and what I'm going to get into right now is what it's all about, right? Like you're kind of talking about meant to be here and kind of, you know, moving in the direction. But you also have this post right here, you know, that, and I believe this, and I think this is why it's leading to your project, you know, what the experiences that you've had already in this space, right? You know, in order to, you know, not carry it and move through it, you must just face it, right? And there's certain things that we got to face in this space. And I know that we go through, you know, our own personal experiences. You know, everybody's gone through some kind of, you know, nefarious project, nefarious dev, and to eventually where, you know, you say, I'm going to do this myself. You know what? I know what the space needs. I know what I'm willing to bring to the table. And I know that there's not too much announcements right here on exactly what you're building. I'm not sure how much you can say on what you got going on, but maybe if you can talk about what's leading you into this type of like you wanting to build in this space, you know, your why, where like, you know, you got into the space now, but now you're hitting this building phase inside of this quote unquote Web3 career that you're starting.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I got into this space to make money, as I said, you know, because of my research. You know, I was researching for about a year consistently daily, watching YouTube videos, studying charts, following the meme coins like SPX 6900 and other meme coins that were kind of known and, you know, building a name for themselves. And so I have been fortunate. You know, everybody in crypto, you lose some money at times, but I also was fortunate to invest in some good projects. For example, like SPX 6900, I got in, my average was like cents, and then I was able to sell when it was over $2. And if you watch the chart, it's back down to cents, like 50, 40 cents, right? But when you watch charts and you see the ups and downs and the ups and downs, you really see the potential and the opportunity to grow your investments and to capitalize on that. So for me, I've made some money, and then I was a part of a community. You're right. Like I've also experienced the dark side of crypto, where we have the most incredible community. We have an incredible volunteer team and development team, incredible utility, but the creator was deceptive. Right. And so we had to stop that project because we care about our community and their holders, but we also didn't want him to make more money, you know, off of us and our hard work. So that's what really led me and my development team into saying, you know, if we are going to do this, we got to take this into our own hands. And because we trust each other, we're going to build. And then the cool thing about that situation was the community followed us. I got such incredible feedback from our community of the faith that they have in us, of the character that they saw in us. We led by example. And now because of that, we are working on launching a token. And you're right, I can't say too much. We are launching on Solana, and we will eventually wrap on Ethereum as well, you know, in that process as well. Not right away. But we have a community already because they know our character. They know how hard we work. I mean, I worked for 5 months consistently for that project, and the community saw our efforts. And so now we have a community that we're building, but we're also developing something really, really cool.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah. You know, it's always good to try to get a little bit of alpha and see, but you know what? I think that this is why we do this, AJ. It's like a lot of times we put things out there and it'll literally test us, but in the way to give us what we wanted, right? It's like a lot of times, this is my experience in crypto, right? It's like I came in, I'm 2021, I'm a YouTuber. I'm here doing YouTube stuff only, you know, and then come market and come to find out what I really want to be bullish on is payments because it's multi-cycle driven, right? And a lot of things were like during that last bull run, there was a lot of projects that I was a part of that when the bear market hit, you know, I have community members from the YouTube channel. They're like, hey, what's going on with the project? You know, it's the bear market. And I'm like, hey, the dev's not even answering my messages, right? And that really bothered me, right? Because I don't just say what it is. What's going to just, you know, this is what's going on. You know, if it's nothing nefarious, it shouldn't be a big deal. You're doing what's supposed to be needed, right? But the lack of communication, the lack of transparency really bothered me. And you can see that that's been a really driving force for XPX because we've been live for 19 months. There's been, you know, the height of crypto pumping to 110, pulling all the way back down, backed up to 126, pulling right back. And in those waves of, you know, first all-time high 110, pulling all the way back, next all-time high 126, pulling. There's been projects that came and gone. And the reason I believe that XPX is still here is because a lot of those things that bothered me. And again, that's what I like that post about facing things, right? Like the things that bother you. And not all of these things are meant to like drag you back. They're actually, they're refining you to define you, the new you, right? And they help you get to that stage where like, I don't stand for that. And if you don't stand for that, then I love this right here, faith in action. It's like, what are you going to do about it? Right. Like, okay, you don't stand for that. Okay, that's fine. And I can hear that all day and night. And I can go to spaces and keep hearing people say that I don't like this and I don't like that. But what are you going to do about it? So I love that. You know, your mantra is putting you in a sense, not to the test, because I know you're going to pass it, but you're living that mantra, right? Isn't that kind of wild? And it's a reason why we're doing this, so we can fulfill that whole faith in action and doing things the right way and making these things happen. So, yeah.
Absolutely, Rico. And it is not just talking about it, it is being about it. And what I've learned with, I have an incredible partner. I want to give him a shout out at Dzax on X. He is really, I mean, look at his following, look at his account. He has been in this space for a while. And I am so honored to be working with him. He is a coder, a builder. He understands crypto, but ultimately, right? It's like we don't want to talk about it. We want to be about it. And we are looking at our tokenomics. We are going to be very transparent. We have a private TG group right now. It's not open to the public because it's a part of it's our community that's been built. And because we're in the launching phases. So please reach out to me if you want to be a part of that TG community, and we will invite you. But we are going to be transparent about our tokenomics, and we are really thinking strategically about how we can not only make money, right, as developers, but how our holders can make money, and to give this the best shot long term, right? And when you understand crypto, you need to know that you need to control supply, right? When you understand crypto and meme coins now, especially because I feel like it's so different from when it was in 2021, right? You need to think about revenue streams. Like if you're building, you have to be able to sustain that building. These are all the things that we're thinking about. And also, we trust is so important. And, Dzax, he was a Bitcoin miner. He understands, I think about just understanding CT and the psychology of it. He knows that in spades. And I've learned so much from him, but ultimately so much from the community and what they're yearning for and what they need. And that's what we're trying to do, right? We want to be value-driven people. We want to lead with integrity, but we also kind of know what we're doing. Right? I got the crypto part and the people part, and he has the utility and the developing part, and he understands crypto, right? And I truly feel we have like a dream team. We have other developers that are so dedicated and so passionate, but ultimately we value our community. Like we are doing this, yes, for ourselves, but ultimately we're doing this for them. And so my hope is that people can feel that and they see that, in what we're about.
Very, very awesome. Well, check this out. The super stream thing is becoming a bit of a normal thing. And I think we started something. We must have opened Pandora's box. I've been getting a ton of DMs, projects that were almost trying to fight the ladies for spots. Like, oh, I'm going to come up and say, I'm like, hey, this is for the ladies. The women of crypto. Hold on a second. We got another week. Don't worry. We got a whole nother Friday. But even when I posted that, it was like a couple more people were still trying to get on. So that tells me that we're onto something, right? With this super stream thing that we're doing. It's a new format. And there's a method to my madness, everybody. I want you guys to be able to repurpose this content and have a ripple effect marketing. It has to be cause and effect, just like life. Life is cause and effect, everybody. So I want you guys to have this cause and effect of like, I went to the stream, I did this stuff, I use all this content, I repurpose this content, and I push this content. But AJ, I do want to invite you and the dev that you're talking about on the following. Once you guys have the project live and you guys are actually moving and grooving and the community can pull up, you guys can talk about what you guys got going on and come to this, super stream that's going to be a blend of all people, right? But this one was for the women of crypto. But when that project's live and going, it would be really nice to have you guys up. I do want to get the next person up. So I do want to ask you if you got any last words, some words of wisdom to the space. Looking forward to having you up when this project is live, of course, but some last words, and then we're going to go to Jessica next. Then we'll go to Jesse, Hot or Not, and then we'll go to Mystic Quack, right? It's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of more people pulling up. So there's going to be some giveaways here as well. I don't want you guys to miss out. Jessica's going to be doing a giveaway in just a bit. So AJ, any last words of wisdom? Anything that maybe people keep the bell notification lit? They should keep an eye out, and what's going on with AJ soon. And then we'll bring up Jessica next.
Absolutely. And we would love to come on to support you. And we so appreciate you supporting us. And definitely keep notices on, follow me, follow at Dzax, of course, follow Rico, follow the women that are coming on here today, right? Just support them. But we are doing our best to launch efficiently and as quickly as possible, right? Because we understand momentum is also important. So keep your eyes peeled. And the last thing I want to say, words of wisdom. Well, foremost, Rico, thank you. Thank you for being you, right? Thank you for having this platform and valuing the women in Web3, valuing other people and other communities, because truly, when we open doors for each other, right, when we support each other, good things happen. And the last thing that I want to say is, those of you who are in crypto, whether you're building, you're leading, you're speaking, you're a part of a community, who you are matters. The talents that you possess matter. What you bring to the table matters. And I think if we all have that mindset to use our abilities to do something good in the space, we will make a difference. So I just want to uplift people. I want people to know that they're valuable, and that you're here for a reason. And that's what I realized for myself, that I am in this space for a reason, and I'm going to do my best to make the best of it.
Love it. It doesn't get any better than that. It doesn't get any better than that. Got me grinning from ear to ear, because you know what? I just love it. It is what it is, right? And it's nice to just be around great people, and I can just feel it, right? It's just nice. And I'm telling everybody, I go into spaces and I hear people saying, if we only had these great people, they exist, everybody. I just posted her X account, one of these great people that you guys keep saying that you guys want them to exist in a space, somebody that has some great values, that's thinking about, taking things the long term. And also, I think it's important. We all have to pay our dues, right? We go through some kind of experience, right, in the crypto space where it turns us into this next thing. And that's why this whole, stream is about, like, all of us in crypto right now, we came in for one reason, we're in here for a whole nother one right now, right? So the fact that now she's building and growing this platform, and we got somebody that's got some great values and bringing some, some value to this space, not just in the sense of a crypto project, but in her wise words, her experience in life, I think is very important, fam. This is how we make it in this space. If you're wondering how I've been doing this for so long, it's a lot of this inner work, a lot of this, keeping myself in check, and kind of, making sure that I'm on point with this kind of philosophy, right? Of staying away from the toxic noise, staying away from, the spaces that you guys don't know, you don't need to be around, and find the strong plays, the conviction plays, the people that are building, the people that are not just building a project, but building you up as a person, building your personal brand up. You want to surround yourself around the winners, right? You're the sum of the 5 people that you're around. Make sure that you're either creating some winners around you, or you're surrounded by winners. Otherwise, if you hang out in these places where you keep, acting surprised, you're going to keep acting surprised. So I got somebody that's next that I'm going to be bringing up. We're going to be doing a giveaway as well. AJ, thank you so much. I posted your account. We're going to be looking forward to your project coming up very soon when you guys are ready. But thank you so much for pulling up.
Thank you. Bye, Rico.
Have a great day.
You too.
Woo, that was awesome. That was awesome. And we got some more for you guys. This is just the beginning of something. And this is not me. This is the super stream thing. This is just us just doing some kind of crazy stuff and making it work and making it happen. And that's exactly what's coming from it. And it's thanks to all of you guys. I'm just setting up the platform. We're bringing the people together, but it's really thanks to all of you guys that are allowing this to really happen. So I got somebody very special up. We're going to be talking about, again, that origin story. How you're in crypto, how fast now you're, you're co-hosting in these places, how this space just, I don't know. It's like once you get bit by the crypto bug, next, you're launching NFTs. But I'm going to bring up somebody very special, somebody that I just joined the XPX community, absolutely just found their groove right away. Next, she's hosting spaces with TK and the Trolls Den. They're just knocking it out the park. Amazing, beautiful NFTs that I want you guys to come over here and support. Only 11. Come on, everybody. During the stream, 11%. I got some of these. I want you guys to get some of these as well. Go over here and support the women of crypto by not just showing up, but catching some of these NFTs and actually supporting the people that bring some value to this space. So speaking of bringing value to the space, I'm going to bring up this beautiful lady, Jessica, to the space, a good friend of XPX and somebody who's bringing some amazing art to the space. Jessica, welcome. How are you doing today?
Thank you, TK, for having me. I hope you hear me.
I can hear you good. You got the whole chat going crazy for you.
Yeah. And being up on stage after AJ speak, that's not so easy, I would say. She's amazing, and amazing to be here again in this stream. So thank you for having all this setting up, Rico, for this amazing Friday evening for the women in crypto. It's a vibe, and the whole XPX fam is here too. So that's awesome. Thank you all, guys.
Oh yeah, it's a vibe, Jessica. It's definitely a vibe. We're here to have a good time. It's Friday. We put in all this work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're chilling, we're rating, we're doing spaces, and we don't get to have a good time. Like, no, we're gonna have a good time. And it's been a great time to watch you grow in the space. It's been, I've seen this. I know. I know when somebody's going to hit, and when they're going to do really good. And I knew right away when I saw you and TK started bringing you up to a lot of the spaces that you were going to do fantastic in this space. But for a lot of people that don't know don't know about you, maybe they haven't been to the Trolls Den, maybe they're not even a part of, I don't know why, but not a part of the amazing community of XPX. But, a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your origin story and what got you into crypto. And then we'll get into why you're still here and what you actually got going on.
Yeah. I started in crypto in 2022, actually, because that's when I minted my first collection on OpenSea. And I didn't know a thing about crypto or NFTs or stuff. So I learned through Google. I learned everything about Google in Google. And I minted my collection, and I thought I would sell NFTs automatically and be rich. Rich as fuck, but that didn't happen. So I think it took like 1 year until I found out about X, and 1 year more until I found out about how streams work, how a community works, and it's just since May this year, last year, 25, since I went on Spaces. And I went mostly as a listener because, I didn't speak too much. I didn't think anyone would need to know what I was about to say. So, I slowly started speaking on Spaces, meeting good people, and that's where my journey started.
Absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's pretty interesting how everybody has their own origin story, how it started one way or another. But once you get involved in it, if it's right for you, it's hard to turn away from this thing, And I do want to let everybody know, as we're going to continue this this talk with each other, if you guys put hashtag art by Jay in the chat right now on YouTube. If you guys are listening on X, it's very important that you guys come over to YouTube, and in the chat, you're going to have to subscribe. I made sure that you guys have to subscribe this time to get these winnings. But if you're listening over on X, you got to come over to YouTube. And then what you're going to do is put hashtag art by Jay. That's what you're going to do, right? And art by Jay is going to get you into the winning for some of this art that we're going to be talking about in just a bit. But no, I mean, I got my own story, how I got into crypto, why I'm still in crypto, then how I become a YouTuber, how I start growing in the space. And no, it's good to know how you got into crypto. But if you can tell us a little bit about this experience with, like, growing into space and kind of taking the shape and form of like what you're doing now. Now you're, doing co-host spots. Now you're, hosting these spaces. Now you got to the point where, you launched a couple of NFT lines. You got this one that's getting minted out right now as we speak. And it's been pretty amazing to see you just like really just take it head on, right? And it's pretty amazing to see. And this is why I wanted to do this stream, to just highlight how people are able to come into the stream, and if they got great values, and if you're a great person, people want you to win, right? And you're brand new to the space and getting involved, and you got so many people supporting you on what you're building. So if you can tell everybody what you've built out already, your idea behind these beautiful art pieces, and maybe even a little bit about your art background, how much you want to give us to make sure that people understand a little bit of what you've done already as well, if that's okay.
Yeah, it's a kind of a long story, actually. I started as a physical artist, and as I said, I started in 2022. I minted my first collection, and it was kind of journey. I didn't sell so much. I started selling pieces in like February 25, and then in May last year, I got home for a sick leave from work. I was kind of burned out and suffered from some health issues, and I was kind of broken as a person. I was kind of quiet. My laugh wasn't there anymore, and I had time to be on X. I started, as I said, listen to Spaces. I was up sometimes as a speaker, and the more time I had to be on X, the more spaces I could attend to. And suddenly people noticed I was there, and they wanted me to speak, and I was invited as a special guest at the Ninja Cats space in the late summer. And yeah, I just felt more comfortable to speak in spaces, and I noticed that suddenly people wanted to know who I was and who I am and what I stand for. And during this time, I continued to mint my NFTs, and I came across about TK last like September. He told me about the XPX, and yeah, I heard. I've been in spaces. I've heard about meme coins that have been rugged. I heard, yeah, a lot of stuff, and I just felt that XPX was the real thing. So I bought a bag and started to being in your spaces and being on the Troll King spaces with the troll stand, and yeah, just had a lot of people around me that supported me, and suddenly some people wanted to hear what I had to say, and they like my art. They like the thought about my art behind. I do my art from my heart and my soul, and almost every piece has a meaning to me in person, and it's kind of telling my story from where I've gone through and been in life, and yeah, just being in spaces, being lifted up by people like TK. We had an agreement that every space I was into, I had to speak. So, and I'm not the one. I'm not a quitter. So yeah, I got more brave day by day, and it's been such an amazing journey that I felt so much love and support from everybody in the space. So it has built me up as a person, and I think that if you're kind enough and you share some light and love in space, you have something to say for people around you. And during all this time, I learned more and more about crypto, and I don't know all the terminology about things, but I understand more and more. And I think this is the place we have to be in. This is the future. We are still early in the crypto world, and I think why I was starting to do NFTs, I might be having a thought already then that I wasn't supposed to live in a centralized world. So it's kind of a difference of what I do in real life. I'm a police officer since 20 years ago, so I control some things, and I don't want to be controlled by myself. So I think that's, yeah, it's my journey, and if you are in this space and if you are real and you move with integrity, you meet the right person, and we all lift each other up, and we're going to have a bright future.
100%. I just, first off, I want to say thank you, Jessica, for just opening up. And I want to do the same. And I think that's why these spaces need to have, because the only way that we feel okay to open up is when somebody else is opening up with us, right? Otherwise, we feel like, wait a minute, is everybody only looking at me? You know, am I the only one wearing my heart on the sleeve? Like, wait, I thought we were all putting our heart on the sleeve. Did I not get the dress code memo? And it's like, you know, this is why I want to support people like you in the space, because there are people with real values. There are people with real life experiences that not only is this not just about, yeah, people want to make money and all these great things out of here, but it just to put a little bit of myself on the line right here, because I seen you do it, and I want everybody to feel okay to do it. Like, you know, crypto has done something for me. That's why I want to bring so much value to it, right? Just like, you know, the first couple of years, like even, you know, like I was talking before the stream, I wasn't on camera after my motorcycle accident. I was a little bit closed off, and even though I was still streaming and still trying to do stuff, there was some parts of me that was still dealing with feeling okay to be out, right? And you know, I think crypto has done a good job of giving us that opportunity to not just you know, yeah, we want to be here for money, but also kind of build what we're here for. We kind of find our place, right? And that's kind of what's happened to me. You know, it kind of just like crypto is much more than just this like making money thing. I've gotten to meet people from all around the world. How else would I have made these connections? You know, how else would I have you know, made all these things happen? And you know what? A lot of it was, you know, overcoming some of these challenges that you kind of, you know, touched on just a bit. And the same thing was with me, like, you know, overcoming some of the challenges of feeling good enough, overcoming some of the challenges of, you know, maybe nobody even cares what I'm talking about. Maybe, you know, what I find valuable, people can care less, right? And what's amazing about this space is that a lot of times around our circle, our circle that we're in, these type of feelings come about. But then you get into Web3 and you come to find out that you got amazing people like, you know, shout out to Jace. You know, he's been getting the community rally. We got people like Saphir. I didn't know that I had all these people that were willing to support and help out what we're all doing together, right? And it's all about kind of, but we have to put ourselves out there, right? We have to allow ourselves that vulnerability and that uncomfortableness to get in that zone where, hey, this is where I start to grow a little bit, right? This is actually where I start to grow because there are people that have the same values. There are people that feel how I feel about certain things about the space. And there are people that actually want to help me push and pursue some of these things that we're actually doing in the space, whether it's supporting great people, whether it's building a fantastic project so people don't have to get rugged, whether it's like this NFT right here. I don't think people talk about this enough. You know, it's like, you know, this is why a bit of the topic today and why I wanted the women of crypto kind of step up, because a lot of times in the spaces, we don't give the space the opportunity to talk about this part of the space where, hey, we're still human. That's why a lot of times when people are like, oh, this is the Web3 space and IRL, it's like, I'm putting my real time into this. This is my real emotion. This is my real 16, 18 hours a day. So my IRL, what? This is my IRL, Jessica. You know, XP.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, I totally agree, because I didn't understand, and I didn't think that the Web3 world was so important or could be so important to me as a person. I have always wanted to meet people face to face and feel the energy. So I couldn't imagine that I would meet people in this space, have connections with people all around the world. And when I speak to friends and other colleagues, and they can't understand what I am doing, because it's so big, it's so huge to be in this place. And I think it's hard for people outside this world to grab what we are doing and we are building, and being in a community like XPX, and sharing your thoughts and have people around you that aligns with that. It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah, it's humbling. It's nice, right? Like, I didn't know that I had this crazy troll king guy that was gonna like me. I didn't know that I was gonna meet this excuse my French a little bit, but this, or I'll say this wise guy, you know, Jace, that you know, we're actually gonna build something. It's like, wow, we're actually not only just really building stuff, but we're building each other up. We're learning about each other. And you're right. This is so early, and it's something so big that it's so foreign to people that they don't want to hear it. And what's nice is we find people that support our wildness of wanting to be in this space, right? And we got people like TK, we got people like Lisa, which I'm going to talk about Lisa next. And then I think we lost Hot or Not. So after I talk about Lisa, because she did pull a lot of strings, we'll bring Lisa up. I know she's not going to come up and speak, but I'm still going to show for her because I rock with her, right? And then we'll bring up Quack and stuff like that. But Jessica, I think you're spot on, and you know that you got my support. You know XPX rocks with you, and seeing you come up today on camera was absolutely amazing. And I want to touch on something that, again, it kind of comes back to like us coming out of our shell and feeling like we're not good enough. Because, you know, before the stream we were talking about, you know, me getting out of my motorcycle accident, my mouth ward being shut. You know, my first videos on YouTube, I was not on camera. I was like, you know, what was that gonna If I'm giving you the alpha, what does it matter what I look like, you know? And I didn't understand the value of that and what that means to people. And to see you taking that next step to push it forward to, you know, come online really shows your dedication to the space, because it is a part of, you know, when you start pushing yourself to get recognized in the space and you're okay with, hey, you know what? Yeah, I love crypto. And you know what? This is right now, just like it was silly when Amazon was only shipping books and nobody was buying that stock because everybody was like, I haven't even seen nobody read in the last 5 years. Why would I invest in a company that's shipping books? I haven't seen a library in 5 years. I haven't seen nobody pick up a book in 5 years. They don't even send phone books out no more. So nobody even looks at the yellow pages anymore or send the newspaper out. So what am I? But it's these times like this that we have to support each other, because I think we're on the verge of something really great, and we're basically becoming the next Lori from Shark Tank. I don't think people realize that. I don't know if you guys watch Shark Tank, but Lori, you know, I love Lori. You know, you're becoming the next Mr. Wonderful, the Mark Cubans, because eventually we're going to need the speakers, and we're going to need the people that came from this space to talk about the space, to help people navigate the space. And Jessica, I think that you are one of those people that are going to help us grow this Web3 space.
Yeah, I hope so. And if I stand for being real and moving with integrity, I thought, yeah, why not show my face? I've been kind of suspicious before because of my work and stuff, but yeah, if I can do help some other people to be more strong and be more confident in speaking and show yourself and be true you, then that's my goal. So I just want to keep on working with that and yeah, evolving. I don't know where this journey is going to take me, but I'm on for it, and it's going to be a hell of a ride. So yeah, we just do a thing, and the XPX family, yeah, you are fucking awesome. So
yeah,
love you all. Yeah.
The XPX community, honestly, is like it's almost at the point where, like, wherever I go, nobody even wants to talk about the utility. I'm like, wait a minute. But you know what? It's true. You know, when you see the markets pull back and you see the support from people like Jace that step up, people like Mr. Mold that step up, people like TK that step up, you see that one of the main utilities in a project is the community, right? And I think the reason why XPX does so good with the community is because I've broken that word down. I think the word community means communication to unity. You know, that's what the community word means to me. So, you know, I'm always, you know, communicating as much as I can with the you know, investors of XPX, but you know, the XPX fam, the suits and ties, and to make these things happen. But I think that's where we lay a good foundation. I think the stream and the spaces that we do allow for that communication, for us to find the right people to be united with, right? That's where that community, that sometimes that word is thrown around real lightly and it's just wherever you click up, but it's the people that are going to respect you enough to be honest with you. You know, it's going to be the people that respect you enough to communicate with you where you don't understand things, or where they see that you might need an area to grow, right? That are going to take the extra time to make sure that you don't get wrecked in this space, right? That type of level of community doesn't mean that you guys are all wearing the same PFP. Doesn't mean that you guys are, you know, buying every single project, but the way that we the way we break bread with each other, whether it's information or whether it's the next bit of alpha, is what a community is all about, right? And I think, you know, in the real world and in Web3, sometimes we lose a little bit of grip of that. So to have projects like yourself and people like yourself, people like AJ and everybody else who is going to come up on the stream, it's super important. I'm gonna run this giveaway. There's going to be a lucky winner of this art by Jay, of course, which is absolutely amazing. And then we're going to have some fun. I'm going to share all your links. We'll talk about a little bit more, but let's do the giveaway. Get the community hyped up. I know they're excited for this. Fam, you guys should be copping your buying your NFT right now. It's easy. You're good to go. You know, if you're doing it, like this is the place you guys want to be right now. Watch. So let's run this giveaway. I even joined. Ooh. I think we have the same taste in women, Jessica. I don't know what's going on with that, because your art is absolutely amazing. And if you know, if you know, let me see how I can stay professional. But I mean, it's amazing art. I'm like, wow. I mean, wow. No. So we got we have Space Cat 1958 from the Coffee Coin community. A lot of, I know the Coffee Coin community is going to be probably one of the projects for the next super stream. You guys, we're going to keep doing these super streams. We're producing the content where if you're bullish about your project, you grab this YouTube content, you repurpose this, and you post it everywhere, and you get your community to rate and shill and all this stuff. So get ready next week for most likely Coffee Coin to be up for sure. But Space Cat 1958, I'm sure that you're tapped in with us. Let me know your @handle for Telegram, because if you don't, there's going to be Space Cat 1959, Space Cat 1960, and they're going to try to get your art. And if they get your art, that's on you. You can't, you can't sleep. Closed mouths don't get fed. So are you hungry? You better speak up. What's your @handle? Jessica, as we're waiting for this @handle for the Space Cat to do this, I do want to come back to your art a little bit, and I do want you to, if somebody, and this is what I'll do, because I think it's important. I think there's probably somebody listening who maybe felt like you when you're first starting off, right? And I think this stream is kind of different than the normal shill spaces that we're in. We got so hip into elevator pitches that we forgot to be just ourselves, right? We want to get this elevator pitch so perfect, and it's like, dude, I could do your elevator pitch better than you if I wanted to. What are you really about? The person behind it. So I do want you to, maybe there's somebody else that's just like you that maybe they're artists, and maybe they're being shy or timid to step up to the plate. Maybe some words that would help them, feel comfortable. And maybe if you heard these words, if somebody was sitting on the sidelines and they're like, you know what, I'm tired of listening to all these other people, what they're doing. I actually want to do something myself. Do you have anything for somebody like that that's possibly listening?
Yeah, believe in yourself and believe in what you are doing, because that's the most valuable thing. I don't copy others' work. I do what comes to my mind and from my soul. My art may not relate or to others, but I want change. I have a strong belief in my art, and if someone wants to buy it, I'm so happy. But I still do my art as kind of, it helps me grow. It helps me get my feelings out, and it's kind of mindfulness for me to create. So yeah, if you don't like it, I'm fine with that. But if you like it and buy my pieces, yeah, I never get used to have those messages or emails from that I have sold a piece. It still brings me so much joy, because someone has felt something with my art. And just believe in yourself, and this space is so big, so it's place for us all. What you're creating, I don't want to copy any other. I do my thing, and I will still do my thing. So yeah, believe in yourself.
Absolutely. And I think, you've done a really good job of reflecting that as a person, the way you carry yourself into spaces, the way that you do everything, and even in your art, and even, being open with, like, even this post right here, I think this is things that a lot of people have went through in their lives. Maybe you've gone through some challenges, and this is a great way that's going back to help out people, suicide zero. And this message right here is true, right? Like, nobody tries to get locked up, and nobody's knocking on the door of darkness and just be like, you know what, I just want to hang out no. But you know what, sometimes life hits you like a ton of bricks, but if you can make it out of that, I've got my own personal experience and everything like that. It is a beautiful thing, and it's a powerful thing. And you got to think, when you gotta, that's your part. That literally becomes a little bit of your mission, to make sure that maybe you brush elbows with the person that needs to hear the thing that you needed to hear, right? And the thing that you wanted to have, and the thing that you wanted to hear, and the person that you wanted to come to you to help you out. Maybe you need to show the world what that person's like. And I think you've been doing a fantastic job of, showing people what that's like, showing your challenges, coming into the space. And now I'll be honest with you, Jessica, and I'm always going to be honest with you. From where I first met you, and I knew you're going to be doing great, from where, like, your vibe is at now, and how I feel like you're more empowered, right? And I feel like this is really, and we have to go through this. I went through this, and I think a lot of people are going to also, relate to us, that it's nice when you get to this side, right? And it just feels really good. And I want everybody to feel like it's okay to understand that maybe you're going through a dark time, maybe you're going through some challenges, maybe it's the people that are closest to you. If that little Kill Bill clip, there's a method to my madness. I know it's fun and it's entertaining, but if you really look, it's people that were close to her. It was the people that mostly cared about her, maybe her friends, maybe the person she actually loved, and everybody betrayed her, but she still had enough to persevere and keep pushing forward on her own to create a new life for herself. So although it was an edgy intro, trust me, there's always a method to my madness. And definitely, Jessica, I think that you're a valuable person to the space, and I think what you bring to the table is exactly what we need. So it's a privilege and an honor to have you, not just up on the stream, but to be pulling up to your spaces and everything you co-host with the Trolls Den, to have you with the XPX community and the vibes that we get to share. It's why I'm in crypto and what makes crypto so easy for me. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you, Rico, for your kind words and your flowers. And yeah, it's been a journey and it's still a journey. And if what I do can help someone out, I'm happy to be there. And my DMs are always open if there's someone who wants to reach out, because yeah, that's kind of person I am. And this space has helped me a lot. And being in communities like XPX, yeah, we have fun, but it's also serious. And being in with TK and the Trolls Den, and I think we're going to build that to some other levels. And I'm just proud and I'm just grateful to be here, and happy to be here and share my story a bit. So I hope you like my art, and if you don't do it, I'm fine with that. I have my people around me, and I know we're going to make it. We're in this together, so that's the most important thing.
100%. If you guys loved what you guys heard from Jessica, and if you didn't, guess what? We're gonna have to have a little bit of a talk later. No, I'm joking, everybody. I want you guys. This is what this is all about, man. This is. I mean, we're just getting through the stream. We got. I'm gonna do a nice little show for Lisa. I know she's got some things going on. She couldn't make it up to the stream, but we're still gonna show her some love. Then we're gonna do Quack Life next. So Quack Life, Quack Mystic, if you're listening, get ready after the soft show for Lisa. And I know Hot or Not is probably having some technical difficulties. If there's anybody else that we're not able to make it, don't worry. I'm still going to show your stuff for you, because that's what we're going to do. And I know crypto's wild. I knew that this was going to happen, that the time zones and how I've been in this space for too long. So that's why I did those who were ready and pulled up. This is the ones we're going to talk about. And then whoever couldn't make it, guess what? We're still going to talk about you. But at least Lisa's next. But Jessica, thank you so much for pulling up, doing the giveaway. We do want, where's this giveaway? Space Cat 1958. I didn't see your @ handle. Make sure you post that in the chat. Otherwise, okay, at Space Cat or C Space Cat. Yeah. So that's the winner. Okay.
Congrats.
Yeah, for sure. Please show that off. Space Cat, make a post. And also, maybe make a clip of the actual winning going on. That's what this content is for. I know we're used to our spaces, but a part of this is for you guys to have content, because when you're scrolling on X, guess what catches people's attention? Just ask AI. They want a video clip there. They want an image there, right? So this is your chance to pull up on this, show everybody, hey, I was over here on the stream, I won this, and then and use that, repurpose that content. All right. So Jessica, it was absolutely a pleasure. Thank you for doing a giveaway. We're going to have you up some more. If you guys can come over here, support this main mint over here. We're at 11%. You guys, don't get rugged today. Just go buy some NFTs. Feel good that you bought something that you're not worried about getting rugged on for once. And support the movement, fam. So I'm going to post this right here for you guys. Jessica, you have a fantastic rest of your day, your good night, your evening. And thank you so much for being you and joining us on this stream.
Thank you, Rico, and thank you everybody who listened, and congrats again to the giveaway. We'll see you. I've been listening in to the spaces. So bye.
Thank you so much. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick shield for my girl Lisa, and then I'm gonna bring up Mystic. I see she's ready. I'm so ready for the Quack Life because they're doing a lot of positive things. And this whole space, literally, this whole stream, you guys better follow all the women in the space. They are bringing real value to this marketplace. You guys are getting wrecked left and right when there's actually women that you guys can be supporting and bringing some value to the marketplace. Quack, we got you next, but I gotta look out for my girl Lisa because she's so humble. You know, she couldn't even make it, and yet she's pulling all these strings behind the scenes, behind the closed curtains to make all of this happen. If it was not for Lisa, fam, this amazing, impactful women of Web3 would have not been what it is today. I got to give flowers due when they do so. If you guys can give my girl Lisa a follow over here, she's rocking with the Terry fam. She also has the Captain B&B community behind her, but she has the XPX community behind her. She has Rico Moneybags behind her for sure as well, because what she brings to the table. These are amazing people that I want to support. And you guys know who they are. I think when these markets pull back, it's time to stop pretending. It's time to, if you dare, take a look in the mirror and you know who you should be supporting. You know who you should be rocking with. You know these people. They're pulling up for you guys right now. They're pulling up for their investors right now. They're making things happen behind the scenes so you guys can get exposure without even them even being here. That's the type of people that we want to support. They exist in this space. It's up to us to support them. And one of them that you guys can come over here and support is Lisa at Cosma 9861. Yes, fam. Yes, fam. Let me go over here and get this ready because I'm feeling so bullish right now that we get to keep this stream going. And I'm excited. I hope the Duck fam is excited as well. But I really am. I'm going to bring you up right now, Mystic. I think you guys are absolutely amazing. I'm so excited to have you guys up here. You guys are doing a bunch of positive things in the space. I kind of went over some of this stuff, but first I want to say hi and what's up and how you doing? I can't hear you right now. I think your mic's muted.
Ha! There we go. I've been in backstage for a while. I'm here.
Okay.
I made it. Yeah, dude, I really appreciate the space and what you're trying to bring and giving women time to talk, especially like you mentioned, in a heavily male-dominant space. So it's great to find more people. I was just on a Mint party earlier that Numbers, who also hosts a Wednesday Women in Web3 space, he hosted a Mint party for us today, and it was great. And it's just super fun to see everybody coming together, and see more people willing to lift women up. And I had to give a shout out to Jessica. I see her everywhere. Like, she's just everywhere. So
Yeah.
Big shout out to her. And AJ, oh, girlfriend. I feel like I resonate with you a lot. I was an athlete as a child, and most of my life actually played soccer. And you do learn so much from team sports, discipline, all of those things. So I just had to give both those women a little shout out. And I don't know Lisa very well, but I'm looking forward to getting to know her and getting to meet the rest of the ladies that are coming on stream today.
Yeah, it's really a really good. And you know what's crazy, Mystic? This was well overdue. Like, a lot of things, and I like one reason I liked AJ so much is like right when I met her is like, and I bumped into, I was just taking notes. It's like that action, right? It's like you need, and you see the women take action in this space, right? And it's like we need to take some action. I think this space and this kind of stream was well overdue. Like supporting the women of crypto, supporting the people that keep people almost like they're begging, like, oh my God, where are these wonderful people? It's like they exist. Okay, I've been bumping into them. You know what? Let me just get it all together. Let me see if I can get Lisa to help me out, where we can provide this platform. I'm not asking anything. I just want everybody to shine. Like, I'm not in the NFT market. You guys are. I'm not. I want you guys to win. I'm doing my own thing, and I think a lot of that PvP and sometimes in the spaces is so oriented with that PvP mindset that we forget to zoom out a little bit and be like, hey, what do you got going on? Like, what are you bringing to the table? I really like that, and that's what this is all about. Not just the projects, but actually the people behind it. And so I don't know too much. I've heard a lot of great things about you, so this is going to be really good for me and probably a lot of the listeners. But if you can give me a little bit of like your origin story, why you got into crypto and things like that, and I'm sure after that we'll get into why you're still in crypto, because nobody's still in crypto for the same reason, or at least maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out. But a little bit of about yourself and your origin story of getting into cryptocurrency, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'll try to. It's a lot, but let me try to sum it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Give you a little backstory too on who I am. I feel like this is an important thing. People see a lot on timelines, and they can check the website and stuff for, project updates and what's really available. But being able to have a space where your story can be heard, So I really appreciate that, Rico. And oh, Thurston, it's fun to see the comments come through. And anyway, so I originally, I've studied medicine in school, and I didn't finish. I kind of realized a lot of lies and misinformation that was happening. I'm from Oklahoma originally. I'm now out in Cali, and it was like I need to change. So I moved myself out to Cali, and from the city, and I moved off grid. I started to learn to homestead. I actually became a farmer off chain. So that's what I do. I'm a farmer, also a healer. So I help people with like structural alignment, improve their posture, improve their whole well-being through that structure realignment. And I kind of had honestly rejected tech for a long time, living off grid. Like, there was no service, there was no internet, we didn't have TV, these things were by choice. Like, I had all those things, and I, sold them or gave them away or whatever, and kind of just went back to the land. And after many years of doing that, I kind of came to this realization that I can do the things that I want to do, and the things that I want to see improved in the world. But how do I actually create a larger impact? Like, I am just one person, so how can I do that? And so that's kind of where, stepping out of living so rurally and in this kind of, smaller space, and opening up into social media and Web3, and a way to really make a difference and create this like window into another way of, living and creating business and, profiting with each other and community. And so I actually found crypto super random. A guy that was working for the farm, he came and was just telling me all about Ripple and, all of these things, and how much crypto was going to change the world. And I, at the time, had barely heard about crypto, and this is in 2021. And so we bought some large caps, some legacies and stuff. And it wasn't until, last year, maybe the end of the year before, that we had even started to understand NFTs and Web3 really, besides like, Bitcoin and Solana and those types of names. And we then got introduced into the meme coin and the NFT world, and we just saw so much extraction, and it was crazy. And like, just witnessing serial ruggers and like people who were super charismatic, and they could really convince you of something, and then the next day they'd be gone, and they did all these terrible things, and you're just like, what is happening out here, and people buying fancy cars and just spending all this money, and like, wow, you guys, like, crypto and Web3 really gives us an opportunity to make a difference. There's such a big shift in wealth. Like, I am so passionate about what can happen. And so, we kind of wanted to come in and help shine that light, right? To show that shift that we can all help shape together, and like this potential to really create something better for, the future generations to come. So I wanted to bring some impact on environmental health and some awareness on, being able to do the things we love and enjoy while still impacting the earth in a positive way, for those next generations. Like, we are not it. There's going to be many more kids to come after us, and their kids and kids, and so on and so forth. So what can we do now in this really pivotal time that we can set up, a different way of living for the future? So that was kind of what brought us into crypto. We have had, my partner and I, say we've been together 9 years next month. We've lived and worked together every day of our lives for the past 9 years on the farm. So we can do this, together, which is great. And we're the artists and the co-founders of the project. And we've had this vision of the hubs, and I'm sure we'll jump into that in a little bit, for over a decade, right? And so how can we bring art and community and creativity into this crypto Twitter space where we can build publicly with each other, and we can really co-create something more successful on a much larger stage, kind of alongside all the benefits of the blockchain. So we didn't know anyone. We started from the ground up. We didn't come from a prior community or, anything like that. This account, the our X account, was at 0. And we just started to meet people and learn to navigate, to find the people we liked to spend time with, and realized maybe the people we didn't want to spend time with, and really just try to do something better, you guys. It's not that I think I have all the answers, or I know that this way is going to work, or whatnot, but I do know that we won't get anywhere if we don't take steps forward. And so together, if we can, bring our minds and our passions and our energy and our resources and our networks together, then we really do stand a chance to make some serious ripples in the world. And so I'm really passionate about it, pushing the needle of change forward. And so we're just going to keep taking steps, and yeah, so there's a little bit.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love it. Like, like I said, everybody comes into space one reason, and you have an idea of what you want to do, but the space starts to mold you a little bit, right? It starts to change how you feel about it. And you start, you bump into some people and it's like, okay, cool, that's cool. And then later on, you're like, no, that's not cool, actually. That's actually not really that cool. And if you're somebody, and this is something that I've realized with a lot of people that and I want everybody to listen really close, whether it's NFT projects, crypto projects, tokens, or whatever. The people who want to stay here long term, they're not talking about extraction. They're talking about providing value. I need you guys to be able to sometimes rip away all the context of what's actually going on and get down to the core of what's really, really happening. And you'll see that people that want to not extract, they're talking about doing things more long term and actually doing some positive things, not just for the crypto space, maybe even something like her, something good for the earth, right? Something positive. And you'll find, like, look at Jessica and her art, right? It's NFTs on the surface, but borderline behind it, it's a little bit about that inner work as well. Same thing with AJ, right? She's in this space. Yeah, she's going to be doing a project, but the people that want to put value into this place, you see that there's more to it than just market goes up, market goes down. It has to be either helping the planet, helping individuals, with some inner work, but it has to be that you have to provide value to the marketplace. The marketplace will provide value back to you. There's not a cap on value to be exchanged on people. Like if you make it up to the desk finally, you've been waiting on your number to be called, and you make it up to the desk, and you're like, hey, I'm here for my value. And they're like, we're all out of value now. So what? I've been providing value nonstop. I don't get it's an abundance, right? It's for everybody, but you have to be willing to do that work, right? And that happened with me. I came into the space, wanted to be a YouTuber. Same thing. I got around some people. I seen crypto projects do really good. Then during the bear market, none of that stuff made sense. And I got no answers for people. So I wanted to do something that I can provide some answers when people wanted some answers, right? And this is why we stay in the space, because we start noticing, like, hey, I don't plan on leaving this space. I think there's some really good value, just like you saw, although some people are using it to buy a Lambo and egotistical reasons why they're doing it. But we see, like, hey, if that was used for something good, whether it's helping out the planet, whether it's making donations for, suicide, people that are on suicide risk, whether it's just getting people way before it even gets to that type of risk, right? And it's people like AJ, helping people get to that inner work. So that value can be used besides buying some moissanite that most people are buying, or whatever it might be. It could be used to do some positive things in the space, right? And that's really, really why I'm here. I want to make sure that there's some longevity behind what I'm doing. I want to make sure that there's some longevity behind the people that I'm rocking with, because, hey, we're investing our real time. I can always, and trust me, I've done it a gazillion times, all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom, all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. You can always make more money. You cannot make more time. And I'm very conscious of that now after that, whole motorcycle experience that you guys been hearing about, that we kind of, kicked up some dust on before the stream and things like that. It's like that time, I can't get that back. I can make $1 million and lose it and make it back a gazillion times. But the time that I'm spending with people, the memories that I'm making, that you can never get back. The impact that you're having on people, the impact that you're leaving on the earth, like you said, this is much more than just us. And I think even like myself, what I'm doing with XPX, like, I want something that I leave behind that could be generational wealth for other people. And you're talking about that as well. There's going to be more kids after us, whether it's people protecting, people's generational wealth, whether it's people protecting the planet. There's something that has to be bigger than you. Otherwise, it's going to be short, right? So let's talk a little bit about why you're still here. Obviously, we kind of touched on that a little bit, but, I see on your website, you got some things, to help out the planet. We didn't get too much into that, but, the reason you're staying here, how you, plan to kind of turn this Web3 value into positive things that you can do for the things that, you love and believe in and have passion for.
Yeah, totally. So on the website, you can kind of see, like, the Ducks on a Mission, that we talk about the hubs, right? So what we see is a chain of resorts. They're mixed use resorts. And so, this is again, when you want to talk about long-term vision, this is a very long-term situation. We understand, there's many steps to get there on the roadmap to create, products and businesses that help to sustain and support these types of venues. But essentially it's like a luxury country club compound meets an arts and music festival. And it's all centered around conservation land. So we're talking a large swath of land, and building wetland habitat. So hence the ducks, right? Quack, quack. And that is kind of the center of the space. But much like a music and arts festival where there's, healing and education, and there's like the food zone and the creators area where there's marketplaces, and maybe you can learn how to do stuff in education and all these different areas, we see that as being pieces of the central hub. And each of these pieces, much like a music and arts festival, would be kind of led by people who are passionate about that. So, for example, we work with Just Duck It at his duck sanctuary. And so when we go to open up the hub, it would be great to have him help lead that duck sanctuary area. Or, maybe someone like the Salon of Strays who is really passionate about cat sanctuaries. Like maybe they're forefronting that cat sanctuary area. And you have someone who loves farming and turning food into, meals. And so they're helping to lead that farm to table area. And so it's basically just like at a festival where the entity, let's say like Coachella, right? That one's a well-known one. They don't do all of everything. They don't perform the music. They don't do the healing. They don't make the goods. They don't sell the food. They hold space. And so that's what this is. Quack is a community of communities that come together to have their individual passions kind of light up and shown on a bigger stage. And so the lore behind Quack 2 kind of fits in with that, where that's somewhere on the website as well, where there's these 5 main characters and they're all dreaming about something. Maybe someone's a musician, maybe somebody is a creator, an artist, or someone's super into tech, and they have these visions of what they think can better the future, right? But together they can go so much farther than just that one person trying to do that one thing. And so that's where a lot of the community aspect comes together. And like I said, there's a lot to it, right? It's very deep. The NFTs and token will have value in these resort spaces. So kind of like a rewards pass to a hotel chain. You could kind of imagine it like that. So ones that are more rare get you more access. And if you hold more, you get even more access, potentially ownership, potentially, some serious governance rights. We've already opened up a governance pool where people are earning, potential allocations every month based on, business success. So that has been really fun to see and to be able to evolve with people as we build. And so that's like, I don't want to say end goal, because there's never, it's not about start and finish, right? That is where we would like to see things created. That is my mission. I feel like my purpose in life. I don't have kids currently. And this is what I want to bring to the people and to the earth. And so I am, either going to go Web 2 and get funding for it, or I'm going to, be able to create businesses with people here in Web 3 and create it from the community so that I don't give the profits to freaking JP Morgan or whoever. Instead, we can build it together. And I think that's a part of blockchain and crypto Twitter that's really empowering, to be able to do that. So there's a lot of steps along the way. Like we have our coloring book got published into a global distributor. So they work with over 40,000 different stores. And so in Q1, we'll be really trying to push getting those into some of those stores. We have an affiliate program that comes alongside that. So you can earn, USD from having, stores or companies purchase those and sell them. And then anytime they buy more, that affiliate gets to earn. So it is passive income that's not tied to the blockchain. And so we're just going to continue to build things that kind of cross Web 2 and Web 3, because in reality, we are a pretty heavy Web 2 business, and the trademarks and the legalization of crypto is in an interesting time. We're going to see how things really develop with that, and so we're putting a lot of time into that 93%, or 90% plus market share that's not in crypto yet, and trying to pull them in on some easier to swallow kind of pieces. So I'm here for my mission in life, and I believe that crypto and blockchain is a really critical piece to that.
Absolutely. I truly, I believe in that as well. I think it's a huge part of what the future is going to be like. And anybody that can see that right now, I would go to the sanctuary. I think that places like this is what's crazy. And I even say this about XPX, and it's really to keep myself humble. Like, whether I do this or not, there will be off-ramp solutions, and I think that, and this is a little bit like, I use this to put pressure on myself, and not to put too much pressure on you or whatever, but like, I think that these things will exist no matter what, right? And it's like, why not us? Like, I don't know why people sit around and they're like, well, they're doing this and they're doing that. It's like, why not you? Like, people try to find, like, that's why one of the whys is like, you have to have your why. And it's like, why not you? Like, why can't you do the sanctuary thing? Why can't you? Because like, me personally, as a crypto person, I would love to go to a crypto sanctuary and go relax and hang out with my other crypto people, do some mindful stuff, some meditation. I mean, I'm all up for it. And at the same time, we get, people that we relate to and the conversations that we're familiar with when it comes into cryptocurrency. And I'll be honest with you, whether we do this or not, I think that this will exist. I think there will come a time where you see, a resort where everybody wants to go hang out, and they're like, you know what, we're at the sanctuary, we're at the Quack sanctuary, we're hanging out together. What are you doing? I'm in the pool all day, man. I got a drink in my hand. I'm in the pool. I'm having a good time. Maybe drinks are not allowed. Maybe I snuck one in. I don't know. No, I'm joking. I'm not trying to cause any trouble, but that's what it's really about. And I think if you find a thing that you're passionate about, there's a lane for that to exist in this space, because this is a brand new space and it's evolving so fast. There's sanctuaries that exist. There's off-ramp solutions that exist. Why not it be you? That's something that you're already, like you said, you guys have been 9 years together. Congratulations. You guys been grinding together. That's what it's all about. So you guys already have the work ethic. You guys already know what it takes to homegrown something and make it into something big. So why not you? So we're definitely going to support what you guys got going on along your guys' journey. This is just the first of many super streams. This one was tailored because I think it was long overdue for just like a stage just for the women of cryptocurrency. But there's going to be other streams where we're going to make these super streams even more massive, where they're going to last a lot more hours. There was a lot more people where we can continue to use this content. I want you guys to repurpose this stuff and use this on your social media accounts and say, hey, I pulled up to the stream. This is what we talked about, and show off what you guys have. But Mystic, I've heard nothing but great things about you, and now to kind of put the face behind all the great stories and to see the passion and to real recognize real, and I know that you really mean something about this stuff, and I want to support these people. I don't got no plans on making a sanctuary right now. I didn't even know I love ducks that much till right now, right? But now I'm behind that, and I want to be behind the person that the day that they're tired, they can still do it, because there's going to be times that you're tired. There's going to be days that you don't want to get up and do it. There's going to be times where it's too much and you're like, you know what, I don't really care. But it's the passion that gets you through that. And I want to invest my time, my energy, and maybe even my money into people like yourself, Mystic, that I know that even if you're tired or even if you don't want to pull up, that you guys are going to do what it takes to make this a reality. And that's the type of people that I want to be behind. So it's really, really nice to have you up here. We got Hot or Not next, but I do want to give you the opportunity to kind of give that last pitch, not so much an elevator pitch, but some last words of what you guys are doing for the space. I think you guys are bringing some value to the Web3 space, but some last words of a little bit about yourself and a little bit about inviting people into this Quack life, this Quack movement. And if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. This is a great duck to be quacking like. I like this. So if we can hear it straight from you, I think it'd be better than what I can say.
Yeah, quack, quack. I think I wanted to touch on something you just said too. And we as individuals have the power, and people tell us we don't, but we vote with our dollars, you know? And so we talk about, oh, we want to see these better people in the space. We want crypto Twitter to change. We want all this, but we keep, and I mean, I just say we as a whole keep giving money and support and time and energy to people who don't have good intentions. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've seen the same people change their names and their PFP. And even if they don't, maybe they keep it the same and people still follow them blindly into the same rugs over and over and over again. And so we have to also rise up against that. You know, it's not just like going to magically happen. And so if we can really band together, and this is where, you know, this like duck and flock mentality where it is power in numbers. We are stronger in numbers. We fly farther. We just, life is better if we come together. So I really am, I do believe that we have the ability to really make that difference here in Web3. And as far as getting involved, I would say, you know, come into Discord. You can always hit me in the DMs. I'm happy to hop in private, you know, VCs with anybody. We're also in gaming VC probably 3 to 4 or 5 nights a week over in the Discord. So always, like I said, I'm an open book, happy to chat with anyone. And then we had, like I said earlier, a mint party with Numbers, which was so much fun. And we actually just recently migrated our collection and burned 3,333 NFTs. So we are now on the Gravemint platform, which is run by the Solana Deads. And it's a great platform. So now there's animations that come, and there's just some really cool things that they offer over there for creators and for the consumer side. And we didn't have a bounty hit somehow, which was just crazy because, you know, statistics, it's funny. It's like a 1 in 22 chance to win, but sometimes it could be 40 mints before one actually comes through because it's totally just a lottery style. But we're going to extend that. So the next person that hits a bounty, which means you just have to mint and you check your rarity rank number. And if it's one of the more recent posts on my page will show you like what numbers equal how much soul. It's anywhere from like 0.33 soul up to a 5 soul grand prize. But it's that yellow one right there. Yeah. You know, the bonus for the mint party today was that we would also refund your mint price. So if you hit one of those bounties, the next person to hit the bounty will win their bounty as anyone does throughout the whole collection, but they'll also win their mint price back. And that just comes back to you on the blockchain. So we've given out over 20 soul on that side of things. We've given out over 20 soul in our governance allocations to our larger holders. And, you know, hundreds and hundreds of dollars of mint for merch promos. We have a lot of kind of give backs and a lot of, you know, it's all broken down on the website, like where the NFT funds go to, you know, and all those things. So I really, really just appreciate the time, Rico. And yeah, there's too much to talk about. So I look forward to getting in touch some more. And I did maybe hit up Troking or you about a potential little XPX something. So I would like to, follow up on that when you get a chance. And much love to you guys, and quack, quack.
Quack, quack. Thank you so much, Mystic. That was, you know, I don't know if everybody can tell, but I'm having a great time. It's been a while since I've been this excited because we do the same stuff and we're doing it like this. And it gets very routinish. This stuff has been fresh. You know, I like the spontaneousness. I like these new super streams that we've been doing and where we can show off this content. But yeah, we're definitely talking to back channels. I definitely want to make some things happen. It's all about cross-pollination. I'm always trying to be very conscious of not getting stuck in the echo chamber. Like you look at Easter Island, these guys made some great statues. Nobody found out about it till way later on. Why? Because nobody was allowed on the island. You know, anybody that pulled up to the island, they're like, get back. This is our island. And it's like, I want to avoid that. I want to be, you know, because there was people that were smarter than us at some time. You know, they found some temples in the Amazon. They're cutting down these bushes. And next, you know, they find this amazing temple. They're like, who built this stuff? Guess what? Nobody knows because nobody was allowed to hang out there. So I want to change that because as humans, we tend to, because we feel safe. This is natural for us, okay? And this is why I love AJ and with this kind of space that we're having is like, it's easy for us to get kind of tribalistic because this is how we survived when we were super primitive. So we accidentally get stuck into our echo chambers because, hey, our cave is where we felt safe. So I'm in my XPX cave and I feel super safe, or I'm in my quack quacks cave and I feel super safe. But we don't want to I don't want to stay in the cave forever. Then we get into that Plato's allegory stuff. I want to break out of the cave. I want to see what's really going on out there and collaborate with a lot of people, and people like yourself, Mystic. It's finally, like, I'm so happy to finally meet you. And it's like everybody that came up, it was so easy. Like, it's such a good time. And that's what it's really all about. So I'm looking forward to seeing the growth of Quack. We're going to be supporting you guys super strong. The XPX community is absolutely amazing. As you can tell, we support everybody, because if everybody doesn't win, who's going to off ramp and use our stuff? We need you guys to win, right? Because otherwise there's nothing to off ramp. So we're going to be supporting you guys, the whole Quack movement, and supporting everything that you guys do, the positivity in the space, the values that you guys bring, and really making sure that we all break out of our echo chamber and make sure that we support the people that we say, where are they? Where's these? They're right here. It's Mystic. It's Jessica that pulls up. It's Hot or Not. It's AJ. These are the people that we want to see grow. That's not just about an NFT project doing good, but even environmental stuff. I mean, if you read in between the lines, and there's value all over, whether it's a spiritual value, whether it's an NFT value, whether it's, on your discipline value, your inner work value, it's just value. And that's the stuff that I want to rock with. So thank you, Mystic, for pulling up so much and bringing the Quack life with you guys. We're going to definitely pull up for you guys, make some noise. I'm looking forward to, growing our this relationship with the Quack life and making this movement really, really happen. So thank you for pulling up, and I'm looking forward to seeing you up here again.
Yeah, man. Much love, you guys. Quack, quack.
Quack, quack. That was so much fun. Very nice, super bullish. And we got some more bullish stuff for you guys. You guys are like, there's no way he's going to keep it up. There's no way that there's going to be more. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Oh, yes, there is. We're going to keep this thing going. What, you thought the show was over? You thought we were done with no, we're not done, fam. You got another thing coming, man. We're about to bring up some special people into space. Some people, again, I can't believe how much value we're bringing to the space today. I mean, it's like value on top of value on top of more value. And the next people to come up is going to be Hot or Not. Yes, a Jessie. She goes by Jessie. We got it right here. Boom, the Hot or Not movement. And I was laughing because I saw them having some camera issues. And I was like, oh my God, I want them to get it good. But we're going to bring up Hot or Not. I got her website open. This is early pre-sale orders. I can't believe people's not going all over, but make sure you guys leave one for me, because we're going to be doing something special that I didn't even talk to Jessie about. Yeah, so we're going to do a little kind of cool surprise, because I think they're doing something cool right here, and we want to get behind it, and we want to support the luxurious brand. We want to support what they're doing. But let me shut up. You guys are like, Rico, get out of here. We want to see what's hot or not. So without any further ado, let's bring up Jessie. And we even got her husband, the handsome man with the beard, from the Normie fan here with us. How you doing, Jessie? Welcome to the Women of Web3 pulling up. How you doing today?
Thanks for having us, Rico. We're doing amazing. Yes, we had some tech issues, but this guy does everything but brain surgery. So he, of course, swapped out a camera, swapped out headphones, swapped out. We're good. But thank you for the platform. And yeah, there's my Cupid. That's my baby. That's my latest little venture out there and on his site. And it's almost all sold out. So you better tell me what your secret is soon, because
well, I wanted to actually do a giveaway. Well, we're gonna get into that, because I'm gonna do a giveaway, do a non-KYC card giveaway, and where somebody who wins that card can basically go to the luxurious brand and purchase this, because I saw some cool things, and we'll get into this in a little bit, but there's some cool things that came with this pre-sale. There's a lot of cool things, but before we get into this stuff, a lot of people want to know the people behind it. Before we get into the giveaway and all that stuff, we're going to make them get us where you guys got to get to know us first. You guys got to know what Jessie's all about. So if you can kind of give me your origin story and how you got, I know this handsome bearded man next to you probably dragged you into this crazy Web3 space, but
I did
a little bit of a background from you and your origin story into crypto. I'm sure the people would love to hear it.
So my origin story, 1979, I was born. I was like, where do I go back? But this really started out of necessity. After 23 years of marriage, I found myself in the workforce and divorced, and without a lot of people too. You really find out who your true friends and supporters and families are when the it all really hits the fan. So
Mhm.
it was invented to, I really dug into myself, and that's a self-reflection time. And so I was like, what do I stand for? What will I not put up with? What value do I want to bring? Like you're talking about, what value do you bring to the crypto space, to Web3? And I didn't know about crypto yet. I knew it existed, but I did not know tech to save my life. So I was just kind of like, what is my place in this world? And I tried bodyguarding. It was a great experience. Went to Super Bowl, guarded on the field for Aaron. I was like, how did I even get here? So I've done the ballerest of jobs. I feel like I just jumped in, and because as a mom, I knew how to do everything in the whole wide world, and other than brain surgery, like my luxurious bastard over here. But I tried, I still am personal trainer, and I actually have part of my studio is my training center, private. But I was just searching and searching, and on my self-reflection journey, it's pretty interesting because everything is tying in. I had my falling into Phoenix moment personally, and then I thought, how can I help other women going through the same thing? And I invented Falling into Phoenix. Hadn't called it that yet. Did a few interviews, and it was something to do with the Phoenix in my life. And I interviewed women that I really that had gotten me to this place of understanding myself, to survival. Really, like sometimes I was telling him there's times I went without food so my kids could have it. I couldn't drive us anywhere. Like, you really see what you're made of when you're stripped down to nothing. Sorry, I have tissue because this is an emotional
Don't be
podcast.
sorry.
When I
Don't
do
be sorry.
no,
This is different than your space. This is why I did this. Honestly, this is not your elevator pitch space. This is real people. The real people that we're supposed to be supporting. The people who, like normal people, have scars. We got scars, So
absolutely.
yeah,
And
it's all
everybody's
good.
scars are so beautiful. And I wanted to highlight that. And so I started in my own personal way this Phoenix project. And then when I met Normie, luxurious bastard right here, David, he introduced me to Web3, and he's like, you got a dream to make Phoenix happen? I was like, yeah. He's like, great, let's make it happen. And I said, wow,
we started building it in the garage.
We started building the garage.
Give me like 48 hours. We're building walls
I said,
and wiring
no,
the studio.
I could do that. But so we built that, and it's kind of like my passion project. And if anybody of you know about passion projects, which truly close to your heart, you don't want to taint it with money. So Hot or Not was the way to bring in money, tokenize it, review channel for YouTube, and just testing all these waters of how can we change lives here with the passion project, but also fuel it by a token, by the things like, in California, you need 17 streams of income. Somebody, my financial advisor during the divorce, said, find 6 streams of income. He told me that. And I said, bruh, I don't even have one. 6 is a little extreme.
So it's kind of my fault to bringing her. She wanted to do YouTube reviews already. And, I'm like, well,
how about we tokenize it? I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah, she's like, what does that mean? I'm like, trust me, you'll make YouTube money. And then, as you start building your channel and doing all these reviews for people, saving people money, like honest reviews, I had to explain it all. She's getting it.
Learning, like the women that have been on here, I actually want to have them on my Phoenix channel because I'm like, that's so inspiring. I sound like the baby, and I'm probably the oldest of them. So it's really inspiring because I'm like, I can learn this. I can do it. So I started on Pump Fun, and that was slightly a disaster, but it went pretty high. They get up, turn around, do the spin. I was like,
all the trash on there.
Joking me?
Yeah.
But I've been in messier situations doing bodyguard work to where I had to tolerate a lot of ugly things in this world, but I survived. And so I was like, oh my gosh. I said nope when we bonded, and I never bonded, but we press on as we do and as women. And I kind of pioneered through the whole thing, and then just happened to be able to have this huge space above the luxurious lounge where we concoct all these amazing things.
Awesome.
And so we rented out, built this stream out, and another studio, and then the studio for 6 streams. Like I feel like we have 10 streams just within this building, and so it's been pretty exciting. And now we're
almost about ready to water them all. We planted all these trees,
and we're like, all right, the tech is the last issue, and so it's been exciting. I don't have as many amazing outlets that I can plug my money into yet to help humanity, which was like my baby project here, how it started. I was like, I just want to help other people get through what I nearly died from. And so I'm excited to get to that level. And so I appreciate this platform because I feel like that is another catapult into the true desire of my heart to push this all and to help in any way that I can. And I actually wanted to do a giveaway of one myself. I don't know, maybe you were channeling me, brother.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We have to give one out to somebody.
Yeah, because this one is my launch scent, and it's kind of like it was tying into Phoenix because, like I said, that's my heart from the beginning. And then I'll review it on my Hot or Not channel and push it out however I can to fuel the whole beast that is.
She already has like 6 or 7 other profiles that she's already ready. We do them very small batch. They're all made by us, one at a time, as the orders come in. So like a dozen, and then we'll come up with another profile. And so she did the artwork, she did everything. She created the description.
Yeah.
I just let her run with it.
Yeah.
Awesome. I want to touch on a couple things because there's a lot there. I could feel my chest just filled with all that emotion, and just like it's like it just wants to. The jacket's almost gonna burst off because it's it's very important to me, and it resonates with me, Jesse, because I love my mom. She's my OG. I seen my mom literally. I don't know how she did it with the gas light on, feed us, take us to school, go to work, all this stuff somehow with nothing. And that's why, there was a mix to why I'm doing this. It's kind of because I think we need that feminine energy inside of here, because some of the things that people love about me might think that it's like from some kind of something like that, but it's really from my mom. This whole thing right here is from my mom. A lot of the stuff, watching her in the kitchen, how she is, her energy while she's cooking with everybody. I'm embodying that energy that she has, and also not just the fun part that everybody loves about me. The phrases, because people DM me, they're like, "Where'd you come up with them?" Like, if you heard half the phrases that my mom came up with just for us to survive, it's a whole nother thing. But also the perseverance I got from her. The faith that things were going to be okay. And that's where I wanted to kind of bring all the women of Web3, because I think women have that, like they experience that in a lot of different ways. And this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. My mom raising 3 kids and somehow getting us to school. I mean, the gaslight was always on. Always on, and somehow we made it happen. So not only did the fun stuff that a lot of people like, and they probably, I get credit for on the streams, and like, "Oh, you're funny," I don't know, and people are laughing in the chat, but also the determination not to quit. Because my mom was like, if you're not going to do it right, don't do it at all. If you're going to quit, don't even do it. Like one time, and we'll get into the giveaway and stuff like this, but this is the perseverance that she embedded into me. Like one time she left, and she was supposed to be going away to my aunt's house, and they're going to be gone over the weekend. And I started to take the lawnmower apart to make a go-kart. But my mom, she forgot her purse, and she comes back home after driving on the road for like an hour and a half. They had to turn back around. And she comes back and she was like, well, we canceled the trip because I had to come back and get my purse, but you're not coming in the house to either that thing cuts grass again or it's a lawnmower, right? So she was like, you're this far into it, but you better finish it, and she's always embedded that into me. And a lot of people love a lot of things about XPX and this project. And it's been, I've literally harnessed my mom's that quote unquote, I know people might not want to hear this and the spaces, and I didn't want to even put this in the chat because I didn't like when I wrote it, male dominant spaces. Like, I don't know if they're dominating it. I just think there's a lot of them in here. I just think there's a lot of us, right? But I don't know if they're actually dominating it. I just think so. I didn't write that into the chat because it like rubbed me the wrong way, where I was like, I don't know if I like that actually, like, I don't think it's dominated. But even that sense of like being able to continue, and a lot of things that people give me credit for in XPX, you know, I say what I mean and I mean what I say, not because this, that, and other, because my mom wouldn't allow anything else. So a lot of the things that people even like about the way I run the project, or the way that I run the channel, or the way that we created this platform, comes from the feminine energy. And that's why I wanted to bring the women of crypto up, to kind of reset the stage of this Web3 after all this pullback and all this PvP. I think it's good for us to find some grounding right here of some value and some things that are actually meaningful, that gives us that perseverance, because it's the love for your children, it's the love for your family that makes you persevere, not the love for yourself, right? So that's the things that we need to push through, right? The love that we have for our project, doing something bigger than just ourselves, right? And maybe leaving something behind. That's what's going to get you through those long days that, you know, maybe you don't want to get up. Maybe you're not feeling all cute and sexy and you don't want to be Cupid today, but you know what? You got a mission. You got something that you want to do. You're going to make it happen no matter what. And so I wanted to touch on that because I think it's really important. And, you know, a lot of people might think that, but a lot of this stuff comes from my OG. A lot of the stuff that people like about me, that's from my mom's, you know, that's where it comes from. So I think it's important that we highlight these things that we can sometimes only get from that side. So it's important to let you guys know that I'm embracing it. I want to see your platform grow. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing the ladies join you on your platform as well, seeing your personal brand grow. I love what Normie's doing as well. I'm sure we're going to collaborate more in the future, because we're actually bringing value to this place, to this marketplace. And a lot of the times it's like people are looking for the stuff. We're right here. We're right in front of you. We're sitting right behind these microphones. We're behind these cameras. We're talking to you right now. And it's not just products and services, but it's real people behind this stuff. And that's what I really wanted to highlight today. Not just the tokens, not just the NFTs, but the people behind it. And that's the people that we want to support. So I wanted to touch on that. What's up, bro?
I said, you can't fake that.
You can't fake that, bro. That's what I want. I want those receipts that you can't fake. You know, I can see you can do your account and all that stuff, but I want to see the nitty gritty and stuff, and that's where it's okay. But okay, well, so you guys had a
tribute to your mom. I just have to point that out. She must be most moms are. That's a beautiful tribute.
Yeah, I love her a lot. So thank you so much. But I know that people are like, okay, that's fine, Rico. You mama's boy. You love your mom. It's like, yeah, we've been through it all, man. I love that lady, man. That's my OG. You know, that we keep it real with each other, and we need that. But I know some people want to hear about this amazing Qubit thing. I'm super bullish on it. I saw that there was like this pre-sale thing that almost got me to FOMO into it, but then I'm like, oh, let's do it for the stream, because I see there's some wings that there's going to be given away. So let me hear from you. And you got the passion, you know about the product, you wrote this out, but I'm sure there's people checking out this website and they want to know more about you know, what they can get from this pre-sale. Save me a pair of these wings. I want to do something fun with them. But let me bring up this page really quick, and then I'll let you talk about this Qubit a little bit more and kind of in depth, maybe the sense, maybe some of the stuff.
Love you.
I have a delivery that's being dropped off right now for a luxurious brand. So thank you. I appreciate you, brother. And she's got this.
All right. So Qubit, and thank you, babe, for all the tech. Uh-oh. I love you. So Qubit.
Where's my Chris bearded man?
Come here. So ask me the question one more time. You want to know?
So just a little bit of what people can expect, you know, because I love, you know, like it's unapologetic feminine coming from this. So I want a little bit of that swagger that this perfume's giving, and then some of the things that you're actually giving away on this like, you know, this exclusive kind of pre-sale right now, only so many last type of thing that's going on, but kind of the essence behind you know, the passion behind the actual fragrance, you know, unapologetic feminine, which sounds amazing. I mean, I want to check it out. I'm like, what is it?
I gotta go back on my notes and see. It was a very like collab of my new life, like making these scents with him, and my backstory, which is falling into Phoenix, and Qubit, my hot or not if this isn't a rollout of just me in a bottle, I don't know what is, because it was very like dreamed up for a whole year and a half.
Yeah.
And then finally I, honed in the fragrance enough to where it was like, that's me, send it out. And I unapologetically seductive, like women are typically shamed for being sexy. And as raised very Christian, you are not to show your shoulders, and you are not to be sexy, and you're to sit and not be seen, not be heard, and just be reverent. And not that sexy is irreverent, but it's very much, I wanted to learn me, to get to know me. And I'm a very loving person and very sensual and very, just everything that this perfume embodied. And I leaned into it and I was fine with it. Like I didn't burn in hell for making a seductive perfume that will feed my children. Like, it just felt very full circle for me, and no shame in it, and just a lot of beauty. And I wanted to share it. And I had a signature piece that, with the wings and the heart, that were, kind of teased, because it was my launch, not only my launch of just me, which has always been this, part of my backstory that I left out was we lost my dad very suddenly through heart attack. And it was his umpteenth heart attack, but this one took him, and my baby wasn't even one yet. And after that, just this heart with wings symbol just kept following me and kept following me. So it's not just been cute or special or a fun little giveaway. It like actually means something to me. And so that's why I wanted to put it out there, is this very like epic moment, this epic turning point in my life, that I'm launching all of these feelings out and hoping it gets received. If it gets received lovingly in the way that I hope, fantastic. If not, I'm not apologizing for it. So that's kind of what this scent is and what the launch was. And it was my quiet little moment to say, I'm here. I'm going to work every single day for what my kids deserve and what I hope to attain in life, and just peace and love, and spread it. And it just all culminated into this. I had this other oil. I don't think it got as much attention. This is something that I give each of my podcast members. This was thrown together because I was like, I love this oil. So that is up for grabs too, if anybody wants to just message me. Those are amazing. Those are for hair, skin, body, everything. He markets these on his Luxurious Bastards site for men and their beards. But when I met him, I was like, but I'm putting it on everything, and it's making me feel and look fantastic, and it smells delicious. So why can't we market this to women? And he had his thing going, and I'm not about to shake it up. So I'm like, okay, well, quietly over here, can I just push that for women? So this is my Cupid on his platform, and I'm super excited about it. Hopefully everybody else will love it as much as I do. If not, we're always up for refunding and rebates and exchanges. I don't think they will, but that's just me because I'm passionate about it. But we run a pretty amazing, truthful, honest business in real life. And we've never been any different personally. So it just drove into the business, and it'll drive into our crypto world. And that's if you know about Normie, he's so passionate about driving that home because he's been rugged so much. And I've been rugged in life. So crypto space, it's a little upsetting, but luckily there's people like you looking out for all of us. And that's the very long version of.
No, it's good. It's good. This is why I do this, because there's always what's on the surface, right? But there's always the in between, and this is where I like to be. I'm in because there's more to this than what meets the eye. There's always a story to stuff, right? And that's why although on the surface is all this amazing stuff, but I want to know the background of this set, you know, this unapologetic, because I think that, like you said in the beginning, and you know, it's even like it kind of sucks sometimes that we almost have to be timid to talk about that, right? That it is almost shamed on or shunned on, I guess I should say, that you can't embrace just being who you are, right? And I learned that, you know, I'm Puerto Rican, and you know, obviously we got different cultures. You meet a lot of people, and you see how in different cultures, different sets, either the males or the females act, right? How the men and the women act inside these cultures. And, you know, like I said, all this stuff that a lot of people like, this is my mom in the kitchen. And, you know, it's like, how can you not want to embrace a little bit of that, right? Because that energy and stuff, that's from her, right? So it's like, there's come a point where like, you have to be able to embrace a lot of this stuff. And even like you said, the sexiness. So like, we're not going to be looking good forever. I don't know if somebody's drinking some magic potion that I don't know about, but
Hollywood nailed it though. I gotta find out some of those secrets. You're
but
right.
It's like I want to be able to look back and say, damn, I remember when I was, you know, it's like, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the extra gray hair that I'm growing right now. But I also want to be okay with the current way that I feel about myself at this moment, and embracing that and expressing that, right? That I am this age, that I look like this right now, that I know later on it's going to change. I'm okay with that. But can I not have at least, I'm looking out for my future self, that when I look back, like I'm sure you are as well, like, oh my God, I did it. You're going to show maybe somebody in your family, be like, check out me when I was putting this perfume on the whole world, you know? And it's like,
love me or hate me, but most of them are going to love me. It's funny because you're like, what I'm going to, I sat so long on my dreams so that when someone gave me the platform and said, you want your dreams to come true? I was like, are you kidding me? I was so emotional. I was like, yes, let me start. I have this, and this. And it was all unmarketable. And so I think that's where, you know, Normie came in. He's like, okay, well, if you want to make money off of it, which is why Hot or Not exists kind of at all. And I'm grateful for Hot or Not. And it's gonna be, I think, a more profitable platform. Maybe not. Maybe Falling into Phoenix will launch and overcome it. But either way, the push is still the same. The heart is still the same behind it, and the wanting to help people around me is still the same. So I'm grateful for this opportunity. I don't want to go, but I know you have other people to bring up. So.
No, you're actually the last one. There was some other people, but like I know crypto's wild in schedules, but I do want to show this again for everybody. Maybe you haven't got your lady something special. You're wondering like, hey, you know, this is the date night perfume right here. This is like, you know, a little surprise. You know, you've been waiting for, you know, maybe you missed the anniversary. You know how guys, you know, we mess up and stuff. We be messing up and we're like, oh man, when was the last time you did something special? Well, guess what? Now you can do something special with crypto at the same time, which is, you know, probably the thing that's driving her crazy because you're always in spaces and you're always in a Telegram. But now you can give her a little bit of the crypto fragrance at the same time and mix it all together, right?
Yep. And that's why we did a pre-sale at all, because I thought, I have seen those men February 13th at Vaughn's getting flowers. No, we're not doing that. Here, we're going to show the pre-sale. I already have them ready. I just wanted to see if the men would be intelligent enough to take the bait that I am giving them, spoon feeding this present for their wives or their girlfriend, significant other.
One second. Almost one second. I don't mean to cut you off because I think there's a present for them in here as well. Right. I think because like if you get the pre-sale one, guys, I'm sure we're all maturing here and we can talk a little bit about this, but she could be getting some angels sent to her, and maybe you're getting an angel sent to you. Maybe when's the last time you seen, you know, set of wings on that, right? Maybe you guys are gonna fly around after you guys put on some of this perfume, and I think that's really cool. And it opens up, hey, something spontaneous. And I live for spontaneous stuff, right? This is your little spontaneous signal right now to buy some of the Cupid, especially to get some of this the pre-sale one, because hey, she might be so inclined and you surprise her so much that maybe, you know, you leave for a second, you go to get some water, you come back to the room, and next you know she has these angel wings on, and you're like, wait a minute, this Cupid thing was a really good idea, Rico and Jesse. We should have did this a while ago, right? Make
sure the kids are not there. Just saying.
Okay, so let me share this. And how long is this going for? Just so everybody's clear on.
Oh
People are gonna be
gosh.
hyped
I
up.
mean, I'm trying to release one every month. I was going to do it once a week because I already have everything ready, but he's like, just do once a month. Calm down.
Yeah.
So this will probably end of February, but I'm running out. Like it
Mhm.
went really well. So if they want the rest of them, they got to go pretty fast.
Okay. You guys are hearing it here, and there's going to be more to come, obviously, because we just kind of heard that maybe on a monthly basis we see some stuff. But I think right now is a perfect time for you guys. And you guys said that you guys going to do a giveaway. Is that still on the board? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I
Yes.
want to do it like this. I want you guys to engage. You guys definitely got to be following her page. This is at Jessie G Hot or Not. But I'm gonna do it fun because I think this is how we get the algorithm to kind of work for us. And of course, let me refresh this really quick.
Yeah. On YouTube and on X.
So we got. I just
Should
want
we make
hot or
them
not
follow
on here.
Falling into Phoenix too?
What was
Make
that?
them work for it. I was thinking, should we make them follow Jessie G Hot or Not and Falling into Phoenix as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Make 'em do
yeah. So right now, hashtag hot or not in the chat. Make
Yes.
sure you guys are giving her a follow. And then where's the
Mm.
Phoenix page at? Where can I find that one at?
Ooh, did I hide that? Sometimes passion stuff I don't want anybody to mess with, so I hide it.
Okay.
Falling into Phoenix, I need to link that. I should probably figure that out.
Okay, so for
But
now, just
it's
follow
on
hot
X.
or not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's on
follow hot.
X
Yeah, go
and
ahead.
YouTube. Let me see. I'll have to get to that after we hang up because tech be
No, that's
ticking.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Don't worry. There's no worries whatsoever. So for now, I want you guys to in the chat put hot or not. Definitely give her a follow at Jessie G, hot or not. And there's going to be more to come, fam. Like I said, there's going to be more rolling out. These super streams are going to grow to be really big. The numbers are undeniable. What we're doing here is undeniable. We're not doing this just for ourselves. You guys want the people that you want to support. You guys want to see people who are business oriented. You see the crypto space changing their mind. It's not just about who can scream the loudest no more. It's about, hey, who can bring
Yeah.
some value, whether it's merch, whether it's perfume that's going to get things going or whatever it might be. It's about providing some actual value to the marketplace. So this is the time right now that you guys are kind of getting your wishes coming true, and it's supporting people like this. So come over here to hot or not, give them a follow, and then we're going to pull this over here. And I can't believe it. This is some high value stuff that could be hooking you guys up big time. So we're going to pull this really quick. Before we pull this, Jessie, we'll do this. Is there any last words on that you want to give, not just your community and where you're going to take your project and where you plan, but maybe some of the women that are listening that are maybe at that stage, remember the beginning where you're feeling like, can I do this, can I not do this? So a little bit for your community, and obviously the passion that you have for your perfume and getting that word out there. But maybe there's a woman out there that she's right on the edge of the seat, she's trying to decide whether this is the move to make or whatever might be that move. A couple words to them of encouragement maybe, and however that might be, it's all good.
Yeah, to the woman who's waiting on the edge of her seat, waiting to pull the plug on something, or just waiting, not pull the plug, to do it, to just do it, because most of the time we think cracks or falling are a bad thing. And I have come to find out that there's a lot more value in wrinkles and cracks and falling and burning, because we get to rise. The light can only shine through cracks. And the only way that we're going to rise higher is if we've fallen and learned the lesson from it and pick ourselves back up. They say that the reason why exercise is so good for you is because your body likes your brain likes cognitive dissonance. So if you tell it to do a hard thing and you overcome that hard thing, you get that workout high after all day. You get this emergence from something that you think is going to crush you. So just do it. Just go ahead, because there's only growth waiting on the other side of that really hard wall. There's only some amazing thing. What if, So I'm here to tell you from experience. I didn't think any of this was possible, but By golly, it is. So just let the light shine through those cracks. It's already there. You just got to say goodbye to the fear and overcome it.
Absolutely. And we're here to help everybody. Honestly, we got people tuning in. I want to give a shout out to Psychedelic Angel. She's tuning in all the way from Australia, part of the XPX community. And she says, it's great to see real world products crossing into the crypto space. And it's, real world products with people with real world passion and real world, value that they want to provide to the space. So we're going to pull this right here. I think that was super powerful, super impactful. I think even what we're doing in the foundation that we set right here is just the start of something really big that's going to continue to happen. I think the women are going to take off with this. Let's go ahead and pull this giveaway for the space. Oh, Jace is in there. I want to smell Jace.
I saw Troll King a couple times. Oh.
Space Cat won again. You lucky. Oh, we're taking you to the casino and we're taking you to go get some lottery tickets right now. Seriously. You're on fire right now. You're on fire
Space
right
Cat,
now.
what's your favorite number? Tell me. Lotto.
What's your numbers for this weekend? So Space Cat, if you can, I would like you to engage with Hot or Not, right? Come over here, give them a follow, tap in, but also post your @ handle right here. Again, so they can contact you in the DMs. But we got it from Jessica. She sent you over that, so I'll get it and we'll send it over to Normie. I got him in the private chat, so we'll take care of that kind of the background because we got your @ handle already. But
because remember, tech is not my first or second or third language.
Good. It's all good.
Appreciate all the help.
That's what it's all about. It's like that's what even has helped me to like do everything that I've done with XPX is that what I don't know, I'll find a person who does know and just figure that out. Like I after a motorcycle, the ego gets crushed. More of the ego got crushed than I was even expecting to. Right? It was like, wait a minute, it's good to get rid of it, but I probably would have wanted to hold on just to a little bit more of it. But at the end of the day, this is what we're here for. Let me go to XPX because I know we got the XPX community here. They're pulling up super strong. It's been amazing support from them as well. Yeah, they're amazing. I mean, forget all the utility that XPX has done. It's the community that we get credit for nonstop. Forget what I've been building. It's what they've been building. But
they're bullish for you. You stand for something, so that's got to count.
They are absolutely amazing. 19 months going really strong. We've been providing off-ramp solutions around the whole world. We've done over 6 figures in paid orders. We're here to kind of walk the walk. A lot of times the space is all these empty promises. I'm not big on that. Say what you mean what you say. That's the type of person that I am. So that's what we're going to do right here. And XPX is that stuff. You guys, I'm in spaces all the time and I hear people saying like, oh, I'm just waiting for that project that has real utility. Fam, we've been doing this at the craziest, lowest market cap. I don't think, and it might be something bold for me to say, but I don't think you'll ever see a project at a less than 700K market cap to have connections with Visa card, to have connections with MasterCard, to provide over 6 figures in paid orders for tokens for the limousine business that's here in Las Vegas, for the car dealership that uses our off-ramp solutions. The list goes on and on and on. These projects, these people exist and they're passionate because they've already went through some of the stuff, just like myself. I've been through the last bull run. I went through the bear market. I was humbled in the bear market. Oh boy, was I humbled. You want to talk about being humbled in Las Vegas? When the whole crypto space is suffering and you go down to the Las Vegas Boulevard and there's still Ferraris, they didn't care that crypto pulled back. They didn't care that Bitcoin was crashing. They were still swiping the cards. American Express, it was still Las Vegas here. And that really humbled me and made me realize that I wanted to provide something that was multi-cycle, right? Much more than just something built on hype, but something that's built on actual use case. So I'm not going to do a super show because this was really about the women of crypto. But again, these projects do exist. If you guys want to support a real project, we've been building for over 19 months now. This is our daily chart. It doesn't get any more healthier than that when it comes to crypto. And that's because, hey, we got a mission to do. We want to be the Coca-Cola to PayPal. Whether I do this or not, whether the XPX community does this or not, this is going to happen. The fact that we're actually doing it, the fact that we're actually taking action, and we're not just twiddling our thumbs and waiting for this magical project to exist. We're not just saying how much we hate the gatekeepers before, like PayPal, who shun people who touch crypto. Now they're on CoinMarketCap. What happened to you guys hating crypto? Now you guys are on CoinMarketCap? Whoa. The hypocrisy. That's interesting. But if you guys want something true to you, to the Web3 space and building on some value, that is XPX. It definitely marks the spot. X pays XPX. It's just an electronic cash system to navigate the space and for payments. That's what this whole space was built on. And that's what we're built on. And I'll do one more soft show, Jesse, and then we're going to leave you up here because I'm sure everybody's probably paying attention to you more than they are me. But we're going to do one more show because we kind of talked about this with Mystic, and we want to offer this up to other projects. Yes, we're an off-ramp solution project. Yes, we got a great looking chart. Yes, we have staking rewards. Yes, we have a lending protocol with over 59 BNB, which is almost $60,000 that allows you to take a loan out against your XPX tokens and then off-ramp it onto a MasterCard with a 100K limit and use it in the real world. Yes, we have all those things. We promise all those things. They're all here. But something that we did that was unique that we did during the last downturn, right? When BTC went to 110 and then pulled back down to the low 80s, 78K, depending what decks you're looking at, we wanted to get creative to make sure that we can stay relevant and breaking out of our echo chamber. And the best way that I found to do this over my experience in crypto is not being an extractor. It's about providing value to other people than just yourself, so that value can come back to you. So we created justshopcrypto.com. Okay. This is a merch store. It's not XPX merch. No, nothing to do with XPX. It's powered by XPX. We're making things happen because of this XPX community, but this is justshopcrypto.com, which I believe is $1 million domain. And it's set here very easily for projects and KOLs like Zach Humphreys. I know you guys know who he is. He's way bigger than I am, to list their personal brand on here to help you stay relevant. We have justshopcrypto.com spaces. We have cross-pollination. We have the XPX community that will get your brand recognized and out there. This is an ROI on your marketing investments. If you guys have paid for some KOLs, I'm a KOL, I'm a YouTuber, I know how it is. I'm also a developer, so I know how it is. This is a blend to take care of both sides, being the KOL side, being the developer side. I know how it is. And this is a great way for you guys to list your project, whether it's Jesus Token, and they got their whole merch brand on here, whether it's Veteran Token, providing real value to supporting real veterans in the real world, whether it's the Edward Foundation that's helping dogs out in the real world. This is cross-pollination at its finest. The Can Do Unleashed brand, the Can Do brand from the Can Do community. I mean, the list goes on. The Crypto Breakfast Club. We even got a whole space that is almost every morning, 6:30 Eastern time, I think it is. The Crypto Breakfast Club, you guys can go check that out. They even see the value of being listed on justshopcrypto.com. So if you have an NFT project, if you have perfume, if you have a token, and you feel like, hey, because remember, we get tribalistic on accident because that's how we survived our prehistoric days, right? So it's easy for us to accidentally get stuck in our echo chambers by accident. You have to have an initiative, a conscience on how you're always making sure that you don't accidentally get stuck in your own cave, or you end up like Easter Island and everybody finds all your MasterCards and your Visa cards and like, who built all this stuff? Well, guess what? We built it. You know, Jesse built the perfume. She did Cupid. XPX built the off-ramps. Crypto Breakfast Club did the spaces. Can Do did the spices. Can Do Unleashed did the merch. The Edward Foundation helped the dogs. The Veteran Token helped the veterans. The Jesus Token helped the Christians coming into the space. Whether we do this or not, I promise you, this is the Macy's of cryptocurrency. If I don't do this, Macy's is going to do it. Your local mall is going to come into the crypto space and do this. If you guys want to support this one comes from one of your own. It's very easy to list. If you guys want more information, come over here to the burger, which I love saying this because I found out late because I wasn't cool enough that people call this drop down the little burger. And now all I see is a little burger right there. So I'm going to implement that into you guys. Click on the burger, go to list your project and check that out. So Jesse, thank you so much for being and staying even a little bit extra after doing your show and kind of keeping me company on the stream with XPX and everybody like that. And you know, we got almost 1,400 people that tuned in live to listen to us, you know, to share our products, to share our lives, to share our scars, to share our ambitions, to share our goals. So I just want to say thank you for staying a little bit longer with me and sharing the stage. And I'm looking forward to seeing you succeed in this space and your future success.
Thank you. It was an honor. I appreciate it. And all these guys were such amazing, inspiring, you know, people, women, and the other ones too. Vet, I think I'm going to do a Hot or Not review on Vet.
Awesome.
So I'm just honored to even have found this, thanks to Normie. And you guys are amazing. Thank you again, and hope to be on space again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm going to drop you guys down. Now I'm going to leave you guys with some last words, man. These last words are pretty simple, man. You guys know what you guys want. You guys see the real people in this space. Let's just support them. let's just go right after it. The space got rocked, it got shooken up, but to go to space after space and keep acting and I don't know, where are these great projects at? They're here, fam. These people exist. It's up to us. Like Mystic was saying from the quack community, just support them. Stop, supporting the wrong causes, and you'll see great things come out of it. You'll see the Quack Life probably help some do some kind of reservation for everybody that's in the crypto space where we can go get a massage and talk about crypto. You got Jesse with the perfume, maybe helping you spicing up your relationship that needs some spicing it up because now your girl got wings. What? And she smells amazing, unapologetic, feminine. What? That's some real stuff. Maybe it's AJ, dropping her wisdom, her experience, helping you get that inner work done, which is super crucial. Maybe it's the art from Jay, from Jessica, that has all those same underlying values, right? We see the art on the surface, but really the underlying value is the same. So these people exist. They're here in crypto. I want to say thank you to all you guys, the listeners that pulled up. You guys obviously made this a fantastic stream. We're going to be doing another one. If you guys have some projects, more projects that you want to see on the next super stream, we're not asking anybody. We just want real builders, real projects to come up here for their communities and to repurpose this content later on, to snip this, clip this, remix it like Missy Elliott and flip it and reverse it and use it on all your social media platforms, right? That's what it's all about. So thank you guys for pulling up. Saphir, thank you so much. Jace, thank you so much. The whole XPX community, the suits and ties, Thurston pulling up, of course, all the community members supporting one another, and most importantly, the women of Web3 that came up to speak today for all of you and for all of us. So thank you guys so much. Have a fantastic rest of your guys' day. Looking forward to the next one. I'm sure it's going to be a banger. Later, fam.
Please don't let me be misunderstood.